King Academics is launched. And let's get meta. Okay. I was trying to think about what we didn't cover yesterday and what we had to cover today. Other than the Kanye West and Camron kind of like back and forth. And by the way, shout out to Ye. Ye just like actually retweeted us. You know, I made a PSA. Yo, my camera looks crazy. Is it because I have a small camera? Like, every time I watch like Kai and them, like they have, I gotta create a scene where like it's a full screen thing or whatever. Anyway, I went on a little rant supporting Ye, because in theory, I agree with the basic fundamentals of what he's saying. Ye feels that no matter if you think he's gay for sucking a dick, or if you don't think he sucked a dick, or if you do think he did, whether you think that he's an anti-Semite, whether you think he's jealous, all these things, derogative things that people accuse him of, he doesn't seem that offended if you say that more than you only come out to say that and you don't at least try to speak up for his kids. And I think that's a simple request, even though, truth be told, some of these situations he may have created. But I think he's taking accountability for it. But I think, if at a time in history he rallied the voices of people to, for cultural moments, whether it was somebody got the Grammy incorrectly in his mind or George Bush don't care about black people, he's trying to rally y'all to support him in his plight to be a parent to his kids. So I actually, I support him in that. And in my support of Ye trying to be a parent to his kids, as, any non-criminal, super deviant person should be allowed to parent their kids. If you brought them into this world, you should be able to at least be able to be a parent, okay, unless you're doing some crazy destructive shit. And I think Ye should be able to have a part and a say in his kid's life. And this is what I said. Kim K and motherfucking Kris Jenner, man, I rebuke y'all in the name of Jesus. Allow my man Kanye West, not aka Ye, now known as Ye, to raise his black children. Y'all white heathens should not be allowed to control a black man's child and involve them in all type of demonic debauchery to corrupt innocent souls. Allow Ye to raise his kids. My name is Academics, and I stand with Ye. He should be able to raise his kids as a father and as a good, positive influence of the black community and a strong black man. Allow Kanye to raise his kids, okay? We're not going to tolerate this, and I'm standing with them, okay? We don't care. Listen, this ain't going to go down like how y'all did Tyrese. We're rocking with Ye, and we won't stop until he gets to raise his kids. And I don't care if it means cussing, whatever, but he should be allowed to make decisions about his children. That's a fact, okay? We got to stop taking out the men out of the household. We got to stop stripping their rights away. And we got to stop ostracizing them. Like, basically, they're the worst thing to happen to the offspring that they got. Ye, we stand with you. And I'm going to speak up if nobody else will. Trust, okay? And I did. And seems like Ye appreciated it. Says, yo! This touches my soul, okay? I'm not gonna lie, though. Every time Ye says, after Ye said that cousin shit, like, every time he says something, it's kind of like he almost, like, pause. Like, I'm, like, hitting it with an imaginary pause, but I never pause Ye. Ye's my guy. Ye's my guy. Ye's my guy. Sending all the love and support to Kanye West. Again, being with you in person, I could tell this deeply bothers you. And I could tell some of these other things that get the clickbait titles that the world is running with, I don't think you give a fuck about those things as much. So, shit, if this is what your real agenda is or one of the main focuses, I think this is actually a good thing. And for the people who might be like, yo, well, he's erratic. He's all over the place. Again, maybe, and I don't want to speak anything to existence, but from all we've ever heard and seen, he's a good father. Like, you could tell Northwest loves the hell out of him. Northwest is basically the female version of Ye. And his kids seem like they're very endearing to him, right? Now, his relationship with the mother of their child, that's, we we know the baby mama drama shit. His relationship with the rest of the family, we know how that be going down. So as long as he's being a good father, I think we should rock with Ye on this particular matter, all right? Anyway, welcome. I know this is mad late. Some of y'all are sleeping. It's 1:36 on the East Coast. I still got to do roll call. Where y'all checking in from? Where y'all watching from? Please let me know. Seen somebody said they just got off a flight from Houston, so just in a time. What about y'all? Where y'all at? Somebody said free Diddy up in there. Holy. You know we're literally 6 days as we stand now. 6 days from his trial starting, Diddy. Nebraska. Ooh, you're from Nebraska? Is that Omaha, Nebraska? Is Omaha in Nebraska? Yeah, I think that's like a city there, right? You're not in Greenland. Okay, we got a truck driver from DMV. We got Toronto in the building. Virginia in the building. Holy, Memphis, Tennessee in the building. Phoenix, Tampa. I got to make my way to Tampa. You know, I was going to do an IRL stream last night in Orlando. I happened to not go. 6ix9ine was performing. Me and Six were going to do like, I think you guys liked when we did like that IRL stream. We were going to do a live stream before. He had a show there. Also, Orlando. A lot of beauties out there, man. Listen, I got a touchdown in Orlando. Got to. Orlando and Tampa. There's a lot of talent out there. You know what I mean? And I ain't talking about musicians. You feel me? Last time I've been to Orlando, I was actually judging talent. And it was a showcase. It was music. But, yeah, a lot of talent out there. Brooklyn. What up with y'all, man? Vancouver, St. Anne's, Jamaica. Oh, man. I love St. Anne's. Actually, I was about to stay in St. Anne's. Actually, I was looking at a property to buy in St. Anne's. Not even going to lie to you. Vegas. I haven't been to Vegas in a little bit, but I'm trying to stay away from gambling for a little bit. Maplewood, New Jersey. There's somebody else from Maplewood. Ain't like SZA from Maplewood? SZA, I think SZA's from Maplewood or something of the sort. Oklahoma City. Who else? Italy. You're in Italy. South Africa, Johannesburg. What's good with y'all? New Jersey. A lot of Jersey in the building. All my if you from New Jersey or from New York City, I don't want you niggas up in my damn stream unless y'all done bought a ticket to my damn birthday party. Because if you are within a 90-mile radius, you should damn well be at my live birthday podcast going out on the 15th. Again, I told y'all pretty much this is going to be a celebration of us, what we've done. And it's the first time I'm even having a birthday party ever. Nobody ever threw me a party, so the chat got to throw me one. You feel what I'm saying? All good. Who else in the building? Surrey, BCI. What's that? Kenya. Okay, Birmingham. I think some of y'all are capping a little bit. Asbury Park in the building, though, Wisconsin. We got Newark in the building. Newark. Scracking with y'all. Philly. Love Philly, man. Philly's a great city. Such a great city. I actually miss the cheesesteaks. I need to go get some cheesesteaks. Can't cap with you. Baltimore. You know, I never really toured Baltimore the way I had to. When I did go there, for whatever reason, like I told him to bring me to the worst parts of Baltimore, and I ain't gonna lie, that shit looked like what you think Detroit looks like. At least the worst parts. Like, they brought me to some place, I was like, what the fuck is this? But Baltimore, I love y'all too, okay? By the way, I was close by at Morgan State. I think Morgan State's close by there, right? But that's at D.C., Baltimore area. We got Ghana in the building, South Africa, San Fernando Valley, California, San Diego. Shout out to San Diego. San Diego is actually really cool. If I lived in Cali, I would live in San Diego. Not even gonna lie. I don't like big cities. I like being close enough to city, but far enough removed that I could pick and choose when I want to interact. You get what I'm saying? You know, I like New York City, but I would never live in New York City. I want to live a little bit away. What else? Who else in the building? We got Algeria. You're not from Algeria. Stop capping. Sacramento. I don't know too much about Sacramento. I don't know too much. Somebody says the west coast of Canada. That's where you can find Surrey, BC. Okay. I appreciate you. What's that? Plamo Beach. Okay. What's that? Montreal, Quebec. What's up with y'all? Arizona. I got to make my rounds at Arizona. You want to know a quick story? You know, I guess my boy Waka Flocka was getting out of his, you know, he was with, what's his ex name, Tammy or whatever. No disrespect to her. But I guess, you know, my boy was on the single vibes. When he came to do an interview with me, he said, Ack, the new hot cities for the shorties is Scottsdale, Arizona. You go there, so you know, I always use Miami as a litmus test. He said, fuck Miami. Fuck Houston, fuck Atlanta, go to Scottsdale, Arizona. I haven't made my way there yet, but I might have to take a trip. I don't know. I should have went there the year before because I had Super Bowl tickets. Remember when Super Bowl was down there in Arizona? Like, where was it? Like Phoenix or something like that? I don't know, wherever it was. I didn't go, though. Dallas, what's cracking with y'all? Dallas, Texas, man, the good old state of Texas. I love Texas, even though I've only been there a handful of times. But I like the general sentiment of how shit is run down there. Where else? Somebody said, oh, it's racist and hot in Arizona. Vallejo, California. Like, I need to go to more places in Cali. You know, I've never been to like a Golden State game. I got to go to there. I've never been to San Francisco. Never been really anywhere outside of really the main LA area. Sinaloa. You're not from Sinaloa, nigga. That's that Mexico shit. You're not from them cartel, nigga. Rexdale. I'm gonna text Nav and tell him I got somebody from his hood up in the building. Okay. We got Detroit. Okay, where else? We got Shreveport, Louisiana. I know 50 down there. Seattle. Yeah, I met a chick from Seattle. She was freaky as a motherfucker. She actually used to do some feet OnlyFans shit. I linked with her. She was on some shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. She was like, you want to do BDSM? Good thing I told her no. I would have ended up like Shannon Sharp. Can't even lie. Word two. It was a chick out of Seattle. I remember when she flew in. This is years ago, people. This is not statute of limitations unpassed. At least for anybody, you know, any woman who would be like, wait, he was cheating? No. This is like 5 years ago. Shorty came out and she was like, yeah, I'm on OnlyFans. I sell feet pictures. I'm like, and then she was like, oh yeah, I go to sex parties. And like, I'm like, what? Then she said, yeah, I be doing the BDSM shit. I'm like, ¿Qué lo qué? Then she was like, yeah, I could, you know, if you're down with the, like, you know, I brought my stuff. I'm like, for what? She's like, yeah, no, like, I don't know if you're into bondage. And I'm like, I was just trying to get some pussy. Like, what this other freaky shit you coming with? I'm just trying to bust a nut. It doesn't get that freaky with me. Hold on, man. I should have tagged in Shannon Sharp. Shannon! Uncle Shay Shay! No, actually, she wasn't white. She was mixed. She was mixed. Yeah, she was mixed. Shannon wouldn't fuck with that. Shannon only likes pure milk of magnesia. That's a fact. Almond milk. That's Shannon flavor right there, right? Shannon don't fuck with black chicks, right? Or like mixed chicks. Yeah, nah, you wouldn't fuck with that. Staten Island. Staten Island in the building, man. We got DR in the building too. Okay, Dominican Republic. We got, is that Inglewood? We got Inglewood, California. Okay. All right, man. All right, okay. Great. Thank you guys for being here. I know it's late, but if you're up, hopefully I can give you some entertainment until you fall asleep. Or if you're on a night shift, hopefully I can give you some entertainment while we rock out for the night. All right. Y'all like my little stories about these places? Pittsburgh? Oh, I know some things in Pittsburgh still. Pittsburgh got the hidden joints. I ain't gonna hold you. Blackwood, New Jersey? I don't know about that one. Chicago? I had a few chicks try to talk to me from Chicago. I was just always like, yo, hold on, man. As soon as they say Chicago, I'm like, all right, I got to take your phones. You might try to drop a location. Might be a backdoor team. Like, nah, I can't do that. Where else? Botswana. I don't know about Botswana. I only heard about Botswana like in a rap song. Where else? Cancun? Yo, I ain't even gonna lie to you. I think niggas burnt out Cancun, then went 20 miles like east and burnt out Tulum. And now, yo, niggas are like a cancer. I love y'all niggas, because I'm a nigga too. But y'all like cancers. Y'all burn out every city, every hot spot, till it's no more. You know what's getting burnt out right now, right? Turks. They're burning the shit out of Turks. How many bitches will I see take pictures at Noah's Ark? You hoes, calm it down. Okay? Everybody's taking a picture with Drake in the background smoking hookah. I'm like, Drake, how are you so regular? My real estate guy told me, take some of that money and the millions you got and go buy some property in Turks. They said Rod Wave is building on the island a big-ass mansion. Drake is building some fucking big-ass joint there. And they said, Big Ack, there's a lot of places there. You should go get some shit there. I'm like, all right. But right now, Turks has been colonized by Rod Wave and Drake. That's a fact. You ain't from Antarctica. Stop lying, nigga. You know you damn well lying. You lying like a motherfucker. Zambia. Okay. PT Bullet Boy Gaming say he watching from Epstein Island. You know, interesting story about that. I never been there. Okay. Like I'll quote my man Kanye. Why did you go to that island? But I went to St. Thomas. And St. Thomas is like, because it's the island that's Epstein Island is within that U.S. Virgin Islands like cluster. Like the villa I stayed at, like we could see his island. Now I don't know what the hell was going on the island. Obviously the nigga was dead, murked himself before, but we could see his island. And apparently he would land in was it St. Thomas? I forgot. He would land in one of them Virgin Island countries and then fly with a helicopter straight to his island. And then he would just bring over mad fucking kids to fucking give him massages, then fuck them. That was his thing. But yeah. I don't think they've opened up the island there for people to tour. I don't think so. The government killed him? Shit, I don't know. If y'all think the government killed Epstein, do y'all think the government killed, like, you know what suicide always confused me? Aaron Hernandez. You know, the day when Aaron Hernandez, like, killed himself, it was after he got found. It was like a mistrial or something like that. Like, yes, it was actually good news that day in court. He was found guilty on some other shit before. Remember, it was multiple murders he was charged for. But he killed himself after having some good news. And I was like, that's odd. But whatever. Somebody says a tour is crazy act. You know niggas tour what's Pablo Escobar's shit, right? Like niggas tour that. Niggas go to Medellin or whatever the fuck. And they fucking walk around and be like, oh, that's where the giraffes used to be. That's where his prison used to be. That's where he was fucking all the prostitutes. You get what I'm saying? And the fucking whores that, yo, all y'all little passport bros know about Pablo Escobar's spot over there. Because the hoes selling pussy, like, you know, a passport bro gave me this info, so I don't know if you could Google it. They said when it comes to countries for selling pussy, Colombia ranks number 1 by far. You feel what I'm saying? These hoes know where y'all want to go when y'all go to, like, any single man that go to Colombia, there's nothing to see in Colombia. Y'all buying pussy. Facts. There's nothing to see in Colombia. This ain't you go to Colombia for the beaches. Nobody does that. Maybe you're a cokehead and you want to go there for the coke, but nobody does that. So anytime you see a single man go to Colombia, they're a purchaser of vagina. That's a fact. Come on, that's a passport bro location. The only thing that Colombia been hitting back, when y'all niggas keep going over there, and sometimes y'all think that, you know, because what happens with some of these passport bros, because they claim they're tired of women in the United States, they go over there, they buy pussy for like 8 times, and then by the 9th or 10th time, they start thinking they in a relationship with a girl selling pussy. And they're like, oh, no, I get a discount, I get it free. Oh, no, you my like girlfriend over here. And the pimps who over there like, nigga, what the fuck? What you think? You coming over to wife up our prostitutes? Because you mad at chicks in the United States because they all ratchet like Sexy Red? Fuck out of here. You know what they do? They kidnap these bitch-ass niggas that want discounts or don't pay these bitches and kill them. That's what they do in the passport bros. They kill them niggas now. Yo, Colombians on some shit. They're ready to kill these passport bro ass niggas. That's a fact. I'm lying? All right, man. All right. Yeah. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, man. Holy. Okay. All right. Let's get this goddamn stream started up. Okay, so chat, y'all going to have to help me with some topics tonight. Also help me stay up. I'm light drinking right now. I'm not drinking all the way, but we're cooling, right? So if you guys don't know, it appears that Kanye West had some comments to say about Camron. And these comments, Camron, Kanye West, was really because Camron responded to something about Kanye. And let me kind of go back to that to see if we could get a backstory. So the backstory on what Kanye said about Camron starts from here. Well, this is one of them, but this ain't fully it.
When you on these, I think Cam can get his meme game up. Like me and 50 definitely is like part of the modern internet and shit. when you on these shows, like, nigga, use me, bro. Like,
By the way, I know people, a lot of y'all gonna say, oh, Kanye's crazy, Kanye's this. Let me tell y'all this. One thing I do respect about Kanye, he's having off-camera conversations on camera. Let me just say this. Because I know some of y'all be like, damn, he sounds like he's out of it. I know you think a lot of these celebrities are really cool. They're very human, just like you and me. And if they've made hundreds of millions of dollars on the internet, they're on the internet, even if they don't post. They have these conversations just like you and me. They just don't do it in front of a camera. So, for example, he's basically making a joke saying, yo, I think Camron got to get his meme game up, or get his memes from me and 50, because we be killing it. Cam, he not like, celebrities do talk like that. They talk about petty nonsense that you, the audience, and us, the fans, talk about. I'm telling you, I talk to them, and we talk about that bullshit. When I'm talking to them, we talking about, yeah, that nigga lame as hell, yo. Man, that nigga always, every time he tweet, this should be some corny shit. Yeah, that's us clowning Meek. But, by the way, I have no problem with Meek. That's our friend. But, yes, yo, celebrities talk like that all the time. They don't do it in front of a camera, right? The way how Kanye talks is like he knows the camera is there, but he's still talking like the camera not there. And to fans, that's alarming, because Rihanna, I haven't heard Rihanna say a solitary singular word in 5 years other than Fenty Beauty, okay? I didn't even hear her say free Rocky. You get what I'm saying? She just showed up and was just like, taking pictures and went in there and hugged her guy. Good for her. Beyonce don't talk so much. They started a rumor saying she couldn't read. I don't even know if she's illiterate or not, but some people say she intellectually, she ain't. I don't want to get done exactly. A lot of these people, they don't speak, right? Kendrick Lamar, he ain't trying to talk. Like, you don't know what, everybody thinks they know Kendrick. Nobody knows what's his humor like. What's the conversations he has when he's texting in the group chat. Kanye is giving us all of him. Pause. Like, he's giving us exactly what he would do if he didn't care about, which I guess he doesn't. He doesn't care about the image, right? So I know some of these conversations are like, what the fuck is he talking about? But he's talking like every other celebrity, okay? Just in front of a camera.
Internet and shit. When you on these shows, like, nigga, use me, bro. Like, fucking whatever you gotta do, Cam. You gotta get your memes. Like, me and 50 got, like, niggas gonna run our clips and shit. My real life expresses people's actually way they feel about shit.
Okay. I'm trying to find the full thing. I don't know if I can find it. By the way, shout to it's like a back and forth with Cam and Ye. Cam became critical about certain things with Ye. Like, for example, he was kind of critical about the interview with me and Ye, but he was complimentary. And by the way, Cam, salute to you, my brother. I hope, I pray, I look up to you. You've been one of my favorite rappers. I always thought you violated Jay-Z when you hit him with the swagger jack of this song. I love that shit. I hope me and you never get into it. I support you, and I hope, even if I ever criticize you, it's with it would hurt my heart to ever have to go at Cam. Trust. I love Cam too much. I might have to just take an L publicly to Cam if me and Cam get into it. But Cam actually spoke positive about me, and I was actually really happy. And yes, that's my fandom coming out, because I really enjoy Cam. And I don't think I've interviewed Cam. Cam, I got to sit with you. I don't care if it's Talk with Flea. I don't care. I really want you on my podcast, because I think we almost got you on not off the record, Everyday Struggle, but I don't know what happened. But anyway, we love Cam.
Here, but this is what he's been doing. You got to think about Kanye probably got the most wildest quotables from the time he said, I don't think George Bush likes black people. It just was on CNN, so it ain't look crazy. He's been wilding for years, and I think that it just looks worse because of the platforms that he on. He doesn't have the platforms that he gets to usually get on. You got to think about this. He did an interview a couple years ago on Drink Champs. They had to take that down. His outlets are getting smaller and smaller and smaller to where people don't want to give him the actual outlet for him to be heard. So we're even let's think about this, right? His outlet, he used the Justin kid to be his go-to. If Kanye could still be on these outlets on national television, he would never reach out to academics. He would never reach out to Justin. He would never do Drink Champs. He actually.
That's an interesting point I was thinking about. Would Kanye reach out to any of us if, who knows, let's say, I don't know, it was these late night shows or whatever else, these bigger platforms, I guess, if they were like, hey, Kanye, come up here and talk to us. I'm conflicted because I actually think he would, because I don't think that Kanye is reaching out to platforms like me, Drink Champs, and Justin LeBoy because nobody else wants to talk to him. I think nobody else wants him to say what he wants to say. And that's why he gravitates to people that will allow him to say what he wants to say. I guarantee right now, I know, is Ellen's not on, right? I don't know what like big TV show or whatever is the thing. Or let's say Joe Rogan, right? But I really want to use like mainstream outlets, or I mean, that's mainstream, but like linear TV. If he said, yo, hey, I want to apologize for my comments about the Jewish people. I was completely out of line, and I want to make a formal apology, and I want to explain that I wasn't in the right headspace. I guarantee any outlet would put him on for him to say that, right? What I think a lot of these outlets check out of the Kanye West conversation is that they're like, wait, you want to do what? Like, for example, I went to go see Ye. Ye says I'm wearing my outfit. I think a lot of places would have said, yeah, we're not doing that, buddy. We're out. Our sponsors align with these people, da-da-da-da-da-da. And one thing I got to give him a little credit for, I think Ye realizes, you know, only independent outlets are going to allow you, within reason, obviously, because we're not going to sit there and watch him behead somebody, but to at least give his opinion, even if we don't stand with every thought he has, right? Anyway.
To go where he could be seen and is getting more quiet. But as far as what he said, none of that shit surprised me. This is the shit he been doing. You got to think about this. You know why academics was really brilliant for that interview? Is because you got to see the act. If you watch that video from the beginning and you got to see the whole. I said what he said, he didn't mean it or wasn't passionate about it. But academics filmed driving up to the hotel, coming in the hotel room where Kanye doesn't have on the KKK shit. He's talking normally. He's talking just fine. He's saying, hey, man, yeah, let me go put this shit on. You wore black. But he's talking absolutely fine. Then when the cameras are rolling at his break, he turns into Ye. Then when the interview's over, he goes back to, hey, man, yeah, we got to catch.
Okay, so he said that like about a month ago when we actually did the interview. And there was a conversation about, wait, is it 24? Yeah, there was some conversation about the Cousins track as well, right? Let me see. Is it this? I gotta make sure. No. Okay, yeah. There was conversation about the Cousins track. I'm trying to say what Ye said. Damn, a lot of people don't repost what Ye says, do they? Oh my God. Ye calls out Camron. I think we had posted it on our page, did we not? Again, I just want to show it in sequence of what was said, right? Okay. What did Ye say about Camron? I know he talked about Boosie. Let me look on YouTube. I usually can find everything on Twitter. Ye response to Camron. Yeah, I can't find it. But he said something to the effect of, you know, that pretty much he did like Camron, and Camron was, you know, a god, right? Maybe I can search that and find it, right? Ye Cam'ron God. Yay, Kanye, Cam'ron God. Is it this? No, that's down and out. Oh my God, I can't find it at all. Yo, I think, they have heavily, like, sanitized and limited the reach of anything Kanye says. I can't even lie to you. Because, look, Kanye's way more popular than Cam'ron. But if you search Kanye and Cam'ron, what Kanye responded, what Cam'ron responded is way more popular than what Kanye even said. It's like you can't even find what Kanye said. All right, anyway, just take my word for that. I like to play it, but just take my word for that. I want to keep looking for something that's going to be hard to find. If one of my chat niggas can hit me in the DMs, send me that, please. And here is what Cam'ron said today or yesterday about this entire thing. Hold on.
Man. He's still your son, that's my nephew. That's your son, that's my nephew now. Get your son under control, man. What we doing with him? Is he disowned, or are you gonna have a talk with him?
I might have a talk with him. I might have to have a talk with him.
All right, so we not disowning him.
Nah, I'm not just yet. Not just yet.
All right.
I'm gonna fly to California tomorrow, man.
All right.
See where he's at, man. Because we gotta talk, man. I don't like what I'm hearing.
All right, nah, that's all good.
You hear what he said about you?
Yeah, that's why I'm talking to you. Because I don't usually talk to niggas who suck dick. Once they suck dick, I don't go back.
Nah.
I don't go back and forth once you admit you suck dick. That's just me. That's what I'm trying.
That part ain't my son.
That's what I'm trying to figure out. That's what I'm trying to figure out. What are we doing? That's what I'm asking. Because if you giving him a pass,
I can't give him no pass to that.
Yeah, I'm not going back and forth.
I didn't hear all that, but
we talked about it last week.
Yeah, I gotta walk away.
Yeah, like that's what the whole thing was about. I was just like, I know how you stand on business. I didn't know if we had, it was what's it called, the intervention. If you was gonna have an intervention.
I was trying to have the intervention, but I can't stand.
All right, it might have been a phase.
So what Cam is saying.
Now, I'm going to be honest with y'all. I know what I've said before. Once I heard Frank Ocean said he ingested and digested a penis, I just couldn't listen to his music the same. It just hit different. I'm going to be honest with y'all. Kanye is Kanye. And not only is Kanye, the mere fact that if this happened or did not happen, this was some shit that happened as a child, of course, it's going to make for easy jokes in the interim, but I don't believe that I'm going to judge Kanye for that admission that he used to give his cousin head for life. I don't think so. By the way, I think we could also realize Kanye said a whole bunch of shit. And whether you think he's telling the truth or lying, for me, I don't know. Maybe it's just a Kanye pass. And it's not because I interviewed him. It's really like, it's like a GOAT pass. Like, Brian, I'm going to be honest with you. And this is just me. This don't got to be y'all. That's why when people are saying, yo, he's an anti-Semite, I'm like, listen, I got no comment on that shit. But I'm not stopped listening to his music. Kanye's one of those people, I think no matter what he does, I'm still going to check out the next album. I'm still going to bump his music. And even if my comments about him only state to the music, there's mad people I'm like, if they did X, Y, and Z, fuck the music. Ye's one of those people, yeah, okay, he might have sucked a dick. All right, I'm still going to bump, can't tell me nothing. All right, well, he said he's Hitler. Okay. Still gonna bump through the wire. You know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. And I know some of y'all stand on business, right? Like, y'all be like, nah, I can't listen to that shit no more. I don't stand on business like that, okay? So, while I might not agree with some of them shits, I'm still gonna listen to his music.
His whole phase is up. He can have his whole phase deleted.
Listen,
that's what Drea said.
No, you could delete being a hoe, what Dre said, but Dre ain't a man who sucked dick. That's what I'm saying. Listen, if you like it, I love it. I'm following your lead on this. This
is uncharted territory.
Yo, you know what's so funny? I'm laughing only at the fact that they're laughing so much. Yo, you ever see some niggas cracking up so much you start laughing at them? Not even what they're laughing at, but you're laughing at them just laughing that much.
These are conversations we never had in hip-hop. This is uncharted territory. Please forgive me for all my response. I don't know what to say on this. I gotta pray.
Oh, man. All right.
Well, real quick, just for context, can I read what he said? Because the audience is probably like, but what did he say?
Yeah.
Because I want you guys' reaction. So, Ye, in a deleted tweet, he said, how Cam say I'm doing anything bad for Chicago? Chicago loves me. I love Cam. It's niggas like you that had me shook to release the song, but I ain't scared of y'all type of niggas. And thank you for making Dipset. You're a god. And fuck you, by the way. And I got on my $2 million Dipset belt as I tweet.
Yeah, that's why I asked him, like, because you know I usually handle stuff like this. This is why I'm asking you. Was this still your son? Because it's my nephew. That's why I'm asking you. What are we doing with this? Do we leave it alone? I'm going to leave it alone till Mase tells me what I have to do with this. That's all I can say, man. I'm going to leave it alone, man.
Here.
Okay. Interestingly enough, Cam last year mentioned a story about when he chilled with Kanye and Marilyn Manson during the Donda era. And this was his, by the way, this was the picture that came out of it. Look at Cam. Why Cam got that, nigga, if only you know what I seen type of shit, right? Is this Julia Fox? Holy shit. Anyway, this is that story.
Hey, you know what's crazy? I'll give you an example.
Yeah.
I went to, this was probably like 3 years ago. And I went to see the nigga Kanye or whatever. His office in Beverly Hills at one time was a cave. It's just fire in there. It's just mad. Was you with me, Larry? You wasn't with me. Who the fuck was with me, man? I don't know who's with me. It's just like 4 fires. It's like a 15,000 square foot. It's not an office. It's like a warehouse, and it's just fire going. And you acting crazy with niggas. Not crazy, but like weird. Like Marilyn Manson was there, and a bunch of people.
Marilyn Manson.
I got the picture. It's like, I'm in a picture of me, Marilyn Manson.
I need to see that picture.
Yeah, Marilyn Manson he had a makeup on. He's fat now and shit. No disrespect, Marilyn, but you gain weight from the shit. And it's like, yo. So I know the nigga. I'm like, what are you doing?
I hope you ain't in here whopping. You cut through all that. Yo, I hope you ain't in here.
Why they just laughing like this, bro? What's going on?
Niggas just saying you acting crazy.
Yo, what the fuck is we doing in here, bro? And then they serving dinner on the shit about as big as this desk here, but the portions literally like So he see me.
He's in medieval times.
He see me. You know how you can't play these games with a nigga. He's like, oh shit, Cam, what's up? I'm looking at the nigga like, what the fuck is going on in here, man?
Wait, hold on.
He's in medieval times.
He see me, you know how you can't play these games with a nigga, you know, he's like, oh shit, Cam, what's up? I'm looking at the nigga like, what the fuck is going on in here, man?
Yeah, don't have me on no camera. That's exactly how
so he's like,
yeah.
So he's like, yo,
Yeah.
no, man, you know, just he don't see me in there because it's dark. So you see how he's talking to other people like, man, this world is crazy and this and we got to get this shit together. So I'm just looking at him from a distance like,
You wait for him to snap out.
Yo, I ain't gonna lie. Chat. That's this picture. Look. This is how he was looking at it from a distance. Look at this picture. This is how he was looking at it from a distance. Like, is this nigga serious, man? Yo, I imagine, yo, Cam was just probably just in a corner like, yo, AOB. Yo, Cam was gonna have this moment right here. Yo, I don't know. Every time, like, I be bringing it back to Paid in Full. This right here. This moment right here. This right here. This right here.
What's got you niggas shook? Calvin. That nigga. Come on, man. What the fuck is you want to Calvin hose me? Nah, oh, yeah, man. Get that nigga out the car, man. Get that bitch out the car.
Oh, man.
how you can't play these games with a nigga, you know, he's like, oh shit, Cam, what's up? I'm looking at the nigga like, what the fuck is going on here, man?
Yeah, don't have me on no camera. That's exactly how
So he's like,
yeah.
so he's like, yo,
Yeah.
no, man, you know, just he don't see me in there because it's dark. So you see how he's talking to other people like, man, this world is crazy and this and we got to get this shit together. So I'm just looking at him from a distance like,
You wait for him to snap out of here.
and he see me like, oh shit, Cam, what's up, my nigga? Yo, what you got going on in here, man? Oh, nah, nigga. This my little shit. We be vibing in here and all that. Yo, cut the shit, man. Where the lights at? I don't want to eat. You hungry? I'm going to get full off this shit. Yo, this is my masseuse over here. He travels with me. You could take her. I don't want your masseuse. What are we doing in here, my nigga? Why is it so dark? So when you talk about Aaron Rodgers, yeah, he's like one of them type niggas, man. But if you see if a nigga that know Aaron Rodgers,
He'll snap out of it.
he gonna snap out of it like, yo, Aaron.
We need Charles Woods into one of them to run to.
What you keep running around with this earth flat shit? Like, you gotta know the right person to make you snap out of that.
Yeah. Wow, that was an
That is interesting. So basically he's saying that Ye is like this, like Ye is smart enough to know who to do what in front of. Basically, like he'll be like this. I would imagine some of the stuff we're seeing on streaming. And by the way, I think what we're talking about, I got it right here. Shout out to my nigga Gran who just sent it to me. And post on the burner. Here we go. Hold on. It's about to post. I ain't post yet. Give me 1 second. Yeah, so it was a clip. Like, if you've seen those, like, you know, Kanye on Digital Nas stream, I completely get what Cam is saying. Because Cam is, like, looking at him like, yo, nigga, you know we knew you from, like, back then. I wonder if there's video of them doing Down and Out. Camron talks about Down and Out. If you guys never heard that song, fucking classic song. Camron tells a story about the night in D.C. Nope. Camron, Jim Jones. Nope. 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 Camron, Jim Jones. Nope. I want to hear the story about. Let me see.
Yeah, listen, man. I was mad at Kanye for a long time till I got the Rockefeller, man. Before I got the Rockefeller, and he played this beat for me, and I'm like, oh, nah, I want that one. I wrote the song that night. I did the song. I said, cool, we gonna work the paperwork out and get this together. 2 weeks later, maybe a week later, I hear H to the is O, V to the is A. Yo, is this the fucking beat you just told me I could have after we wrote in the studio that night? He gave it to Hov, and I was pissed. I wrote the whole song that night, everything, and he said I could have it, and we was getting the paperwork together, and Hov dropped it like 2 weeks later. In my neighborhood, real good friend of mine was Damon.
So he knew Kanye before, I guess, Kanye has kind of turned into billionaire Ye, right? Because Ye has always been Ye, but Ye was never billionaire yet. So I guess he's saying when you see Kanye and he's going on with his spiel, if you one of them niggas who knew him before, he'll cut it out like, oh shit, Cam in here. Damn, what up, my nigga? What's up with you? And Cam was looking around like, nigga, what the fuck you got going on in here? I found a clip too. Here we go.
Well, like Cam.
So Kanye got on like this. He got on a mask, so you can't even see his face. He got on a mask.
CAM will like be tell me that I'm smearing Chicago, nigga. Fuck out of here, pussy ass nigga. You know what I'm saying? I ain't never. You niggas talking about how I niggas can't kill nobody, nigga. Fuck you, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, give me my crackhead shit, nigga. Cause that's how I feel, nigga. And this is not politically correct, man. Don't tell me shit about Chicago, crackhead nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, nigga, fuck that. No, nigga, fuck that. And nigga, you know what I'm saying? 50 Cent, I love 50 Cent. I love what he's doing over there. I don't want, you know what I'm saying? Don't go against God, nigga. You know, I was seeing homeless people. I was like, these niggas probably like gods, bro. It's like, we ain't having that. This niggas just like, I'd rather grab a cardboard box than to deal with. It's like somebody with like Cam.
Anyway. Yeah, Kanye does go on a lot of rants, man. He goes on a lot of damn rants. But the first comment, so what I just played, what he's responding to, Camron had said that Ye put a stain on Chicago, right?
Yo, and I don't got nothing against gay people. Like I said, I respect the gay people that say they gay. I don't really like the people when I'm talking about gay people that's hiding that they're gay in the closet. That's what I'm saying. Come out and say that you gay. If that's what you're doing, cool. Kanye been in the public eye for at least going on 20 years, if not longer. Maybe 22, 23 years, maybe, if I'm not mistaken. And now you gay or had gay acts or whatever the point would be, shit ain't working. Everything he got going on ain't seem to have been working. He had swastikas. He's Hitler last month, wasn't he, Hitler? And then he was a KKK nigga about 3 weeks ago. Now he molested his cousin and he gonna do a song about it. It's just too convenient. See, you know, I remember Dame talking about Cam, you know, he's bipolar, he don't be taking his medicine. I never knew this. I'm not saying he is, and I'm not playing with people who are bipolar, I get it. I just never seen none of this shit. And I've been around Kanye for a long time ago. I lived in Chicago for about 5 years. Shout out to the West Side, K-Town, all my niggas on the South Side, the Hundreds and everything. Everybody know I stayed up in Chicago for about a good 4 or 5 years. And Chicago is one of the best towns, best cities. Mm-hmm. I love Chicago because I got New York vibes, but it was super duper violence. Don't get that fucked up. But the women were more cool. Like it wasn't New York, like, you know, New York girls are a little rough or whatever. It was like New York vibes. I'm talking about, you know, to me, the West Side reminded me of Harlem. South Side was like Brooklyn. They got trains, they have a downtown, et cetera. It was, landscape-wise, it was like New York. And I had a real good time. But, and I'm not saying nothing about the city of Chicago, but 2 of the biggest superstars ever. It's some molestation, nasty, peeing on bitches shit. It's a lot of shit going on with 2 of the biggest superstars ever, not just from Chicago, ever in music history, where some personal nasty shit going on. don't know what was going on up there like that. This is before I got there, obviously, but y'all putting a stain on a good city, man. Y'all need to cut the shit, baby.
I pray he make it back because
So that was his idea or his point. He said, yo, Kanye and R. Kelly, they put a stain on Chicago because the things that people are now hearing about them outside of the music just make Chicago looks crazy. And them being the biggest artist from Chicago, it's put a stain on it.
this is crazy. I wouldn't do all of this to sell music. I definitely wouldn't. Like what you were saying, Killer. I believe that's what's happening, but I definitely wouldn't do this to sell music.
We know you wouldn't do it. Do you believe he's doing it?
Now, this idea that Kanye is doing this to sell music is confusing to me. Like, for example, let's look at this. Like, Kanye isn't dropping all of this shit even under his Spotify profile that has like 70 million or 62 million people that are consuming his music. Okay? So if you go to, like, I think the last thing that was dropped through here is probably Vultures. Yeah, Vultures too. Now, Kanye, if you're looking for his new music, it's not under that profile. You have to just type in Ye, which is his new moniker. And when you type that in, he's a new artist that doesn't even have 1 million monthly listeners. And he's dropped 2 songs, which, by the way, they both have 1 million plays, or at least 1 million plays, World War III and Cousins. So here's my thing to answer that question of, oh, he's saying all this shit just for attention. Well, he's not maximizing it. He's not even properly dropping these songs. He's dropping it on this ancillary burner artist account. He'll leak it, then don't drop it for weeks or for some days. It don't look like he's just trying to run the numbers up. The whole idea that he's doing this to roll out music, we would see the music go up immediately. It don't really go up immediately. So I can't really get down with this idea that he's only doing it to try to get attention because he's not profiting from the attention. Is he getting attention? Yes, but he's not profiting from the attention. So I'm confused by that.
Definitely, but I think he's definitely using it to sell the music, and that's the sad part about it.
Yeah, and not only that, and listen, I want to get better too, but I'm going to stop feeling sorry for niggas with money. Because there's niggas with no money who getting evicted tomorrow. They don't got the rent money. Somebody died in their family. They can't pay for the funeral. Niggas got to live in a projects where they don't like niggas on the other side of projects. Niggas shooting on this side of projects. Niggas up the block don't like niggas down the block. You got to stay in that environment. Yeah, you can get on the flight and go anywhere. But I'm not going to keep feeling sorry for niggas who could change their circumstances. It's niggas who stuck in certain circumstances who can't change their circumstances, but we steady giving pity to niggas who could change their environment. I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
We got to stop this.
Feeling sorry for niggas who know better.
Yeah,
I like that. I could go with that.
Yeah, man, yeah.
I don't think Ye's asking for sympathy either. I think if people want to give him sympathy, that's on them. I think Ye is telling his truth. So whatever you think about his truth, I think the only thing he's asked people for is to speak up for his kids. But other than that, I don't think he said he sucked a dick for people to be like, oh my God, we love you or you're so brave. No, I think he just, for whatever reason, this era of Kanye West music is about venting, not necessarily frustrations, but things that are on his mind. He's using music like a real diary. So we'll see, man. We love Camron. We love Mase. We obviously love Kanye West as well. We'll see what happens. But, you know, I think everybody, I always keeps telling y'all this. People are now realizing, even though I think he's been showing us for 10 to 15 years, there's many different versions of Ye. But we all commit to and love one instance or one framework of what we think he is. And this is where I think fans are always grossly incorrect. We keep saying, damn, what happened to Jesus Walks Ye? Well, you don't think the guy who makes Jesus Walks, who also admits that he's a narcissist, who also admits that, you know, his mom been telling him that he's the best thing since sliced bread, at a certain point when you gain a lot of money, power, and fame, then say he's the closest thing to Jesus, and he names an album Yeezus because of his musical prowess and because he done changed the game 15 different times sonically, and because he's so prolific as a musician and a producer, yeah. So what I'm saying is that this is all the evolution of Kanye West, right? The evolution happens, and is there some bipolarism? Yes. Is there some trauma? Of course, his mom passing away? Yes. But when people say they like one version of him, that's them thinking that they could control the artist. Like right now, Kanye want to tell y'all about all the fuck shit that happened to him in his life. He want to tell y'all about him being molested or him doing whatever. He want to tell you about how him and his wife relationship is in the turmoil stage. Like, you know what I mean? I don't think he's ever spoke about turmoil with Kim in the moment while they were going through it like that. Not with Amber neither. So these are all a different type of self-expression for him. And I keep saying, when niggas say they like Kanye, it's like, bro, it's okay to check out of certain moments. Like right now, you might be like, yeah, this ain't for me. I'll come back when he start giving us some of this shit. But you can't think that what he's become isn't a gradual grow. The dude, like, this is 15 years ago. And we all seen it. The nigga said slavery was a choice. Kanye got a song that's called, it got 72 million views 11 years ago, Black Skinhead, with KKK right here, KKK right here, and look at the fucking hoodie. Look at the cover art. So that's when I look at people when they're like, oh my God, I can't believe he wore like a Klan outfit. Well, 11 years ago, he was telling you what he was on. You just ain't want to accept it. You were still saying, oh, nah, he about to go back to my beautiful, dark, twisted fantasy. He about to be on it. No, nigga, just accept it. And when I mean accept it, just accept that that's what he wants to do. And you could be like, you know, I don't want to listen to that shit. But when he dropped Yeezus, and a lot of y'all said that shit was classic, he was talking just like that. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, what's this? That's some other Cam shit. All right. Okay. Anyway. I like looking at this page. Let me see. Oh, Stephen A's back. Oh, they're talking about the prank. Melissa Ford talking about R. Kelly. What the fuck? They talking about LeBron. All right. Okay. Before we get to that, what did I want to get to? Shit. Sorry, Chad. Give me 1 second. Okay. You probably deleted it. Because I think 50's really smart. He only posts shit for people to repost. And as soon as they repost it, like all the blogs, he deletes it instantly. So I believe this morning 50 Cent posted... Damn, we didn't even get a screenshot of it. Let's see, where is it? But I know it's definitely in the Shade Room. Shade Room would definitely post it. So Beyonce supposedly dropped tickets for her upcoming tour, right? And there was an article that came out that said people weren't copping tickets or the ticket sales were stalling. And let me look for that article. Which, by the way, I'm wondering how... here we go. Kicks off. Okay. I guess it was kind of like this. So, as Beyonce Cowboy Carter tour kicks off, thousands of cheap tickets are still for sale. Right? Saying some of the tickets have even dipped as low as $57.50. Now, historically, Beyonce's tickets are really expensive. And they're saying the mere fact they're this cheap is because people don't want to go. Okay, they said just months ago, a fan could expect to spend up to $800 for a pre-sale ticket to the opening night of Beyonce's concert. But in hours before the doors were set to open, tickets for the night one of the tour dipped as low as $57.50, as thousands of seats appear to remain available in resale market and on Ticketmaster. Some of Beyonce's upcoming show haven't had a dramatic price drop, but prices are falling to a varying degree all across her tour dates, with several stadiums offering up significant chunks of their seats for the night of her tour. The lower prices have generated a mix of surprise and resentment, with some concert goers online saying that this is the latest instance in which they felt frustration over the ticket buying process, as concert tickets have continued to increase in the recent years. So, 2, consumer backlash at ticketing companies. Okay, bet. So, this whole idea is that either Beyonce ain't that hot no more, or, just like how they complained with Taylor Swift, they claim that Ticketmaster is fucking up the process of allowing people to buy tickets. Let me see if I can find 50's posts again. Twitter's just the best place to search, huh? 50 Cent ticket. 50 Cent Beyonce. Okay. Where is it? I'm just trying to find the screenshot. Okay. So 50 Cent says, shit getting real out here. Hey, the tickets ain't selling. And this is how petty 50 is. Obviously, 50 is just trying to poke fun at, Beyonce and claiming, what the fuck is this? Paramount Plus just like, what the fuck? Oh, so he's just trying to clown Beyonce, claiming that the tickets won't sell. Obviously trying to get at Jay. He don't like Jay nor Beyonce. I'm going to be honest with you. I think 50 should chill out. Beyonce's tour is going to sell out. This is the real thing about tickets when you're in the system like Beyonce is. And this is why what 50's doing, like fans might buy into it, claiming that Beyonce's tour tickets are not going to sell. Live Nation, which, wait. Yeah, they do own Ticketmaster, right? Yeah. Live Nation owns Ticketmaster. Let me tell you how this works. Live Nation is the closest, probably other than Amazon, to having a complete monopoly over an industry. And they actually have a bigger monopoly more than like Amazon. Amazon is in retail and sales. Live Nation has made it where touring is completely in their wheelhouse. They own Ticketmasters. They own the venues. They own the festivals. They own every damn thing. What happens is that they also choose and pick and choose where they want to kind of funnel the people that buy tickets to, which, what does that say? These tours, they can't flop. When they send Kendrick out on a Grand National Tour, again, just look who's behind it, right? Grand National Tour. Once you look who's behind it, it's going to tell you all you need to know. Look, the location. We're going to see, it's going to be Live Nation or something like that. Let's see, Live Nation. Well, we'll just go to their website. We'll see it there. Okay, you see Live Nation right here, right? Yo, Live Nation isn't rolling the die to put Kendrick in stadiums. That's why when people say, oh, Kendrick's about to flop, he can't flop. First of all, Live Nation, as I'm telling you, it's almost like a monopoly. Live Nation, if their ticket sales are going to slow down, right, they're going to give away 10,000 tickets to all radio stations. So radio stations are going to give them out. Extra free promo. They own a shit ton of billboards, okay? They, it's a ticketing website they own, which is called Ticketmaster. If you're on Ticketmaster trying to buy a little Boosie tickets, they're just going to have an ad. Like, shit, even if you go to Ticketmaster right now, right? This is for the bigger artists. This is why I said those concerts can't flop. Go to Ticketmaster, just put my name in, right? DJ Academics, right? When you do this, you're going to see look, you see DJ Academics birthday live podcast. I don't have a deal with Live Nation, right? So I'm using one of their venues. So using one of their venues, they'll use their ticketing system, right? Gramercy Theater is a Live Nation venue, right? When you go to, you just type my name in. You go to find DJ Academics tickets, they're promoting some other shit. Like, they'll promote whatever is their priority. Basically, what I'm trying to say is that they control the entire market of touring and the live experience. If they give somebody a deal for a stadium, it won't flop. They're going to funnel people to it. Whether they give some tickets away for extra promo to some radio stations, whether they do there's mad ways that because they own every facet of the industry. They can't flop. So the idea that Beyonce's tour would possibly flop is out the window. This isn't like, about 10, 15 years ago. Remember when like you would hear like, oh, Future and like Meek Mill, they're going to go on a tour and it didn't work. Matter of fact, I don't even think those were with Live Nation, honestly. Look, Future and I can't remember who it was. 7 dates canceled on the Future and whatever Legendary Nights tours. Okay, but okay. All right, let's figure this out. And I'm not using this to shit on Meek Mill or Future. By the way, Future these days does amazing with his touring, right? Let's click on this. Okay, can I open it up or not? Okay, here we go. Okay, Okay, I know they're selling it through Live Nation. I don't know if this was a Live Nation show. Is it? I got to figure out if it was. Anyway, the point what I'm trying to say is that, like, Live Nation, this is what I call it, it's a monopoly. If they send Kendrick out, it's going to sell out. If they send Drake out, it's going to sell out. If they send all these niggas out, it's going to sell out. It's not like back in the day, even 10, 15 years ago, that they would try with some of these guys. You know what I mean? Like, for example, we got to think about the touring game very different. And I know I'm getting into, like, this is behind the scene industry shit where you get to know about really the live game, which is really complex. Let me ask y'all a question, right? Moneybagg Yo dropped a project about 6 months ago, right? Where was it? No, what project did he drop? Is it this? Speak Now? Okay. How does Speak Now do? Can we figure it out? Moneybagg Yo first week sales, Speak Now. Okay, the shit sold 43,000 first week, right? Now, Moneybagg Yo arena tour. Moneybagg Yo did an arena tour like few months before he sold 43,000 first week, right? Let me try to get the dates for those for y'all, right? Moneybagg Yo larger than life tour dates. Here are the dates. So you're gonna see like these arenas that hold 20,000 that he's supposedly. Oh my god, I can't fucking find it. Can I? Did they delete it? Okay, it's deleted. Jesus. Okay, can I find anybody that has the dates? Moneybagg Yo heads arenas. Okay, they won't. Oh my god, this is like fucking killing me. Sorry. Okay, I'll just do it here. Okay, good. Here are the here are the dates, right? Amway Center, State Farm, Spectrum, Terminal 5. He did that for like a bunch of. Well, actually, they did that for one day. Wow, I'm surprised he did Terminal 5. Anyway, Toyota Center, that's where the Rockets play. The point what I'm trying to tell you is the touring game is so down to a science now. If they want to put Moneybagg Yo in a arena, they know how to make it look, right? So there's so many different ways. For example, all these arenas he went to, most arenas could hold about like 13 to 14,000 for a rap show, right? Or 12,000, right? Depending on how your stage is. For Moneybagg Yo, it was like 7,000. And he was still selling out. Because what they do is they cover the top, like, there's like multiple levels. They cover the top levels, right? They'll put black curtains up there. So they only sell for like 2 levels. And it's called a lower bowl tour, right? They know Moneybagg Yo ain't going to sell 12,000 tickets. No disrespect to him. He ain't going to sell 12,000 tickets. This isn't chance. They own the entire business. They know exactly what's going to happen. They know how to promote it. It's pretty much a Ponzi scheme. The only people who win when it comes to Live Nation is Live Nation. Think about this when it comes to a general Ponzi scheme, right? Live Nation owns the ticketing system. Every time you buy a ticket, you got to pay a fee. They eat off of that. When you get to the place, you pay for parking. They usually own the parking structures. They eat off of that. You get up in that bitch, your girl is hungry, you got to go get her a fucking glizzy or a hot dog or some shit or get her some drinks. They eat off of that. Your bitch is saying, oh no, I love Jhené Aiko. I need to get some merch. They eat off of that. Even like shit. I'm doing Live Nation now. They were like, hey, you want to sell merch at your show? Oh, we need percentage, gang. Yes, they eat off everything. They eat off the venue because you rented it. They eat off the fucking staff because there's extra fees for it because they got work and what they call all these little union things. They get percentage off the food, the liquor, the parking. They own the ticketing structure. They just get money off everything. So this idea, and I only break that down to tell y'all, this is why even when people are saying this whole Kendrick thing is like, yeah, for people who do care about ticket sales, you can generally look at if someone is slow in tickets, if there's interest. But by the time that concert happened, unless Live Nation drops the ball, they're going to do their magic and fill that bitch. Like, I know, it's not bots, but they're going to fill that bitch. Beyonce's going to make them too much money. They're going to fill that bitch. One way or another, they're going to fill that bitch. You get what I'm saying? Whether it's extra promo, whether it's like, yo, oh, hey, you're a big fan of Beyonce. You just qualified for a free ticket. Whatever they got to do, they're going to fill that bitch. Because here's the thing, too. If they give away a free Beyonce ticket, who gives a fuck? The nigga got to pay for parking. They going to buy food. They going to buy liquor. You're still going to get paid. So that's why like I don't really like clown artists no more like that. Especially the bigger ones. If it's smaller ones, they ain't got no backing, right? The bigger artists, like Beyonce got sent out there by Live Nation. Like Beyonce, that ain't just Beyonce and her husband doing that. That's a Live Nation thing. So Live Nation ain't gonna let Beyonce flop. So like 50's getting a joke off because they ran some articles, which by the way, I'll tell you another thing. Live Nation pretty much got it in with all the media outlets. I'm surprised when any media outlet talk bad about Live Nation because they pay everybody off. You feel what I'm saying? Like Live Nation will trust. Live Nation will, and I shouldn't be saying this because I'm about to be working with them for my show, right? They're going to be like, fuck this guy. Live Nation, like for example, like I literally got told when Sexy Red tried to go, so remember I told you the whole story. They offer Lil Baby $650,000, right? But they're a monopoly. They're looking at Baby like, you better take it. This is the height of Baby's like success. He's got offered $650,000 to do these shows. Another company, their name is AG. They came through. They said, "Baby, you're hot as fish grease, my nigga. You could do these arenas, and we could pay you $950,000. Okay, we'll give you more money. It's $300,000 more money, right? But this is why you can't go against the conglomerate, the behemoth. When Baby took that deal, Live Nation paid for so much press that any single time there was a show cancellation, why do you think you be hearing a lot about Rod Wave's cancellation? He not with Live Nation. Anytime you're not with Live Nation, they make sure niggas know that tour not looking too good. You know why? And by the way, they still get paid because all of these venues are Live Nation venues. Live Nation own all the venues. So even when their ops want to use their venues, they'll be like, oh, word, they have some production problems? All right, let's pay for press to make this tour look ghetto. For Baby's tour, they paid for press to make sure that shit looked like it wasn't selling. And at the end of the day, everybody kind of comes back to Live Nation. Anyway, I'm probably ranting, and maybe some of you guys don't even fuck what I'm talking about. The point what I'm trying to say, man, is that there's no need to laugh at Beyonce, man. Beyonce is going to be good, bro. She can't flop. Not only is Beyonce, it's like, bro, she's with Live Nation. Like, bro, Jay-Z, Rock Nation, Live Nation, like, you know, Jay-Z got mad, pull over there. It's impossible. It's fucking impossible for Beyonce's tour not to look good. I'm actually surprised that this article even came out. And just because I work in media, I know how it came out. Somebody paid for this shit, and I guarantee Live Nation's on it because who the fuck is going to fuck with Live Nation? Live Nation's like UMG. You don't fuck with them, honestly. So somebody putting out that her tickets ain't doing good, it's definitely a competing company that's trying to do what Live Nation normally does to them, except Live Nation's, yo, we're going to see videos. They're probably going to spend $100,000 on whenever this concert happens, just showing the stadium that there's no fucking seats available. It's a Ponzi scheme. Like, when it comes to touring, it's all a Ponzi scheme at this point. Like, yo, you got to realize, this is why Drake, like, even stays on tour, right? At this point, it's just like, they're looking at Drake, they're like, yo, bro, let's get this fucking $300 million. That's why most of these guys stay on tour. And it's funny that 50 even says this, because 50 went on a tour with Live Nation. Like, I know 50 didn't think, no disrespect to 50, but, bro, your tour was the, like, 4th highest gross tour of all time. No disrespect to 50. 50 was doing club appearances a couple of years ago. Is it just magically everybody want a G-Unit reunion tour? Now, granted, people, of course, love G-Unit like that. But when Live Nation pushes the button on you, it's like when the major labels pushes the button on the artist. You can't fail. And it's funny that 50 said this. Watch Beyonce's tour numbers after this shit ends. Trust. Anyway. But 50's petty. 50 knows this. He just wants to get at Beyonce and Jay. You know, he hates them, you know? Whatever. Okay. All good. Did y'all see this clip right here, chat? This was like prime fuckery right here. I ain't even gonna cap with you. So there's this YouTuber. His name is Jack Doherty, right? And not even gonna lie, this was kind of hilarious, and I don't want to laugh at someone's misfortune, but this was funny. This dude claims he got robbed, and he got robbed in LA for $300,000 of his jewelry. You see the police officers in the background. This is him admitting here.
I just got robbed on Rodeo Drive for $300,000 worth of my diamond chain.
Yo, they snatched this shit off his neck so much they almost snatched his shirt off. At least they left him with the bracelets, right?
Pretty cooked. So funny, yeah. But I'm live on party, so. Guys, I just got robbed on Rodeo Drive for $300,000 worth of my diamond chains. Pretty cooked. So funny, yeah. But I'm live on party, so.
Okay. Which even that seems like he was trying to promote, right? Now, this is the funniest part of the video, honestly. So this nigga right here, is his security. This is the guy who got robbed, and this is his security. The most hilarious part of the video, chat, we got this big Negro right here who's supposed to be security. My first question is, why are you wearing all this jewelry? Because I've watched his videos a bunch. He don't wear a lot of jewelry, but whatever, he chose to wear a lot of jewelry. We know how they're in LA. We know how LA giving it up. But whatever, he chose to do it. But the funniest part of this, I know robbery and violence and crime ain't funny, but this is funny right here. After I asked the question of why is he wearing jewelry, especially in LA, next I'm gonna be like, well, nigga, didn't you have a bodyguard? What the fuck was a bodyguard doing? Man, this bodyguard was nothing more than a storyteller, nigga. He just looked like he was a witness to tell the camera what happened later. Here is him giving a play-by-play to his client how he got robbed. And the whole time I'm thinking, nigga, you're the security. Why the hell is you telling him how he got robbed? You should have been stopping him from getting robbed. Listen to this.
So they pulled up. I heard the tires screeching. I was standing right here. I heard the tires screeching. I looked to my left, and I see everybody hop out. And I tried to beat them to you. But I just remember...
Imagine your security narrating how you got robbed. Yeah, so they pulled up over there. They looked at you, pointed at you. They said, that's that bitch-ass nigga right there. At that point in time, I was just kind of like sitting there wondering what I should do. They walked over. They pulled out the blick. What the hell? Nigga, what the fuck?
Tackling one guy, and the guy you were talking about, I had him with my left hand. And then I seen the gun, and I had to hold up.
That nigga said, I seen a gun, and that's when I realized you're not paying me enough. Deuces. Yo, the security is calmly explaining to the nigga why he allowed him to get robbed. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. I was in there. I was in the trenches. And, yeah, I was trying to fight them niggas off you, but I seen the gun. And after I seen the gun, I realized you're on your fucking own.
Draw back. Damn, bro. I don't know. They pulled up. I heard the tires screeching. I was standing right here.
Chat, him being robbed is not funny. The mere fact that his security guard is sitting here after the robbery, giving him a play-by-play of his robbery, that's funny. I'm sorry. You don't want your security to be giving you a play-by-play of how you got robbed. I'm sorry. Because the first question that come to mind, nigga, why the fuck did I hire you? If I'm Jack Doherty, I'm like, nigga, why are you telling me this? I was there. They took it from me. What the fuck were you doing?
I look to my left and I see everybody hop out, and I tried to beat them to you. And I just remember tackling one guy, and the guy you were talking about, I had him with my left hand.
Nigga said security must have set bro up, man.
Then I seen the gun, and I had to hold up. I had to draw back.
Chat. Hold on, chat. Hold on. Hold on, chat. Maybe I'm paranoid, chat.
I want work, and we don't have draw them on name. Why to stay here time tomorrow? She told band not drums, that's a good roster. I'm from the party, nigga who shot no more whores. I got that from my mama. I'm shutting down the stores. You do that.
Insecurity, man. Yo, chat. These days, you just gotta be. You
close that back door.
Can't get staked out by your security, man.
Damn, bro.
The look on his face right here was just like, yo, them niggas better not bring that jewelry to the pawn shop before I get off work with this sucker right here. We gonna bust that shit down fine.
I don't know. They pulled up. I heard the tires screech.
Did my man Jack Doherty wrong, man. Now, there's a part of me that think this is all the way true, too, you know? Yo, I'm telling you, they try to rob YoungBoy. They try to rob, who else? Try to rob YoungBoy. They try to rob the baby. And some of these niggas they try to rob got a gun. Like niggas in LA don't care. They down bad down there. The fuck? Okay. Has he commented afterwards? All right.
You fucking robbed me. They took both my fucking chains, bro. Fuck, dog. Did you just get robbed? Bro, you just fucking robbed me. They took both my fucking chains, bro. Fuck, dog. Dave, what the fuck, bro?
They had a gun.
Where's yours?
He said they had a gun. Nigga, where's yours? Nah. Nah.
Did you just get robbed?
Bro, you just fucking robbed me. They took both my fucking chains, bro. Fuck, dog. Dave, what the fuck, bro?
They had a gun.
Where's yours? What?
Like 2 stars? No, that's like 3. That's like, he's probably under the bridge right now. 300K, yeah, that's grand theft.
dude, that didn't stop me. I didn't even know they were there. I was like fighting with the guys, like trying to get them the fuck off me so I can keep my watch and shit. But like literally the chains were gone instantly. Like I was like, fuck.
So
like,
when you yeah, tell us what happened. So when you went to the
I'm
ground,
like pinned up against the wall, me and here, and like I get pinned up against the wall like this, and I see my chains right there in this guy's hand, and I'm being pushed like this. Some other guy's going at my watch, and I'm like trying to fucking fight him off. And then
so 4 dudes, they pushed you against the wall like instantly, and just one took your chain.
Somehow, like
one's holding you.
Like we were all here, like 5 of us were right here, or 6 of us were right here. Me, Dave, Christy, and the 4 guys. And then next thing I know, Dave and 2 of the guys are there. And then one of the guys chasing me around the fucking street trying to get my watch off me still.
You went fully across the street.
And then the other guy's like, nah, we got the chains. And then the other guy stopped chasing me. Jack Doherty. Jack Doherty's cooked, all right?
This thing has been having a lot of bad luck, man. Crashes McLaren, getting robbed.
Did you run all the way across the street?
I ran there, then I was like, fuck, if I go there, it's just me and him. So I was like, I have to come back.
And then what his boys said, oh, we got the chains, and he turned around and
yelled, and they hopped in the car.
Strap out was so deep. Yeah, straps out was being fucking insane. It's one thing to flash that shit, put it away, but fucking...
I know, it's literally one thing, just like drive around LA. You're literally good.
Yeah, I don't know. LA just allows anybody to get robbed, man. They don't give a damn. Oh, shit. A lot of people don't like this Jack Doherty dude, but, you know. He called his dad after he got robbed.
On Rodeo Drive. What? I just got robbed.
Where?
On Rodeo Drive. They took both my chains.
You kidding me?
Nope.
By gunpoint?
Yeah, there was like 3 or 4 guys. They like tackled me and Dave and like.
You tackled Dave too?
Yeah.
Does Dave have a gun there or no?
I don't know. No, he didn't.
Did he have a gun?
I don't know why.
Are you okay?
Oh, damn. Well, damn. All right. Pray for my boy. Close that back door, though, man. Can't get snaked by your security. Do we have any rap things to talk about? Man, we got to talk about, like, Trippie Redd and Coileray, man. So Trippie Redd, Trippie Redd been getting roasted. Got to keep it a bean. Trippie Redd and Coileray got together, and what people don't realize is that this idea of relationships that people seem to like the extra added attention. Like, people get extra added attention. Like, for example, Moneybagg Yo got extra added attention because he was with Ari. A lot of times these guys get in a relationship with famous people or famous other musicians or actors or actresses, and they kind of see more engagement and more conversation around him. I think that's what DDG probably was thinking, not that he wasn't dating Halle for, wholesome reasons. But this is why some people popularize their relationships, okay? The downside of that is that usually as a guy, because the only pages or the only people who really have some type of vested interest in that relationship usually are women. When you break up with that woman for whatever reason, you have a lot of people now hating you, right? So Trippie Redd was with Coileray, and what ended up happening is that they broke up. Coileray has said previously that she's going to be raising this kid by herself, and basically niggas ain't shit. Trippie Redd has also kind of shown off that, like, he's moving on. He posted a picture of his new girl on Instagram, which obviously probably had Coileray hot, right? Let's see this. Trippie Redd. New girl. His new girl looked like this, which I know what's the name got to be tight. Because this don't look like it doesn't look anything like the body type that Trippie Redd ex Coileray even looks like. You know what I mean? But this is the new girl. They're hugged up, whatever. And Trippie then makes this video. I didn't even see this video, but let me see what he's talking about in the video. Because people thought Coileray had posted some baby picture baby shower photos and videos, and people thought this was a baby shower, right?
Hey, my price going up, my life going up, everything.
And Trippie cleared this up by saying, because people were calling him a deadbeat. They're like, damn, you a bum-ass nigga, man. You posting another girl while your ex got your baby in the belly. You're not even showing up to the baby shower. Like, you're a bum. That's how people were getting at him, and he tried to clear it up.
He's so childish. My baby ain't had no baby shower yet. So you blogs go run and tell everybody that. Since I'm the worst dad and I don't show up to baby showers and all that extra. Y'all blogs be so childish.
Okay. So that happens. And then Trippie then goes one further because he let everybody know that he's paying for the baby shower, but he ain't invited. So he says that before the actual baby shower happens, just letting y'all know, she doesn't want me or my family there, and she said hit the lawyer, but I'm paying for it. Okay? Now, man, I don't know with these two. Hopefully Trippie gets some fire album out of this, a fire album. He makes kind of like breakup type of heartbreak type music. Hopefully Coileray is happy now that she's going to be a mother, and hopefully she finds some peace. Really, I don't really have anything to say about their situation. Actually, yeah, I do. But I don't know why I just lie like that. But, I'll repeat what I usually say. I think, people should look towards commitment before they get someone pregnant or get pregnant by somebody. Because if a nigga could leave you high and dry and just dip on you in the middle of a pregnancy, I wonder how locked in he was with you. But with celebrity relationships, they act like they've been together for 5 or 10 years by the demeanor and how they post pictures. The information or the shit that I be hearing about them is a bunch of messy shit. She caught the nigga cheating. He allegedly found out that she fucked some rappers or whatever. Like, it's all type of bullshit, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Don't know if any of it is real, and I don't really want to get into it, but it's just really messy nonsense, and that's why they supposedly separated, and they're having a child in the midst of that, and shit. You know what I mean? Obviously, they aren't married like Offset and Cardi, but that same toxic bullshit continues. Trippie posting his new girl. She posting niggas ain't shit. Whatever. You get what I'm saying? It is what it is. But shout out to Trippie and shout out to Coileray. Hopefully they have a healthy baby, and hopefully they find some type of peace and cohesion to be able to co-parent. Clearly their relationship was not going to work. Okay? Yeah. Now, I heard a whole bunch of shit, man. I heard she put a fucking camera in the room, caught this nigga doing some shit. She put a spy cam. Caught this nigga wilding. You feel what I'm saying? And I don't know, maybe he was gaslighting too. I heard he got mad at her over supposedly she had slept with a rapper, and she had him kicking it with the rapper. So the whole time he kicking it with the rapper, never known the rapper slapped that. You know what I mean? He was crack. He wasn't cracking at the moment, but it was just like, that's like guy rule, right? Like, yo, you can't have me chilling around you and a nigga that used to pipe you out and you don't tell me. Like, we think I'm some fucking clown? Like, you know what I mean? And apparently it was one of that. To add to it, I heard it was a rapper. Let me not say nothing more, but but anyway, I'm messy, ain't I? I ain't say nothing though. I ain't say nothing. That's just what I heard. Spy cam is crazy. Yes, indeed. Okay. Say Cardi B has what? Chat, we going into like the bottom of the bottom topics. Holy shit, chat. What is this? Oh, he's also talking about Kanye. Y'all want me to say it? Nah, I can't say it. Nah, I heard it was one of them rappers that I'm gonna give y'all a hint. I heard it's like really popular rapper. Let's leave it there. That Trippie had a good relationship with. I think Trippie still has a good relationship with the dude because the dude ain't do nothing wrong. But Trippie probably felt like if me and you are friends, right? You cracked my ex before I got with my ex. Me, you, and my ex can't be chilling. Like, it's that's not gonna happen. Like, me and you could chill, but me, you, and my ex can't chill. And apparently, Shorty allowed that situation to happen a couple times. Trippie wasn't that fond of that shit. You know what I mean? When he figured it out. Like, no way that nigga, whatever. Anyway, Trippie's calling out Kanye. Say he did not invent rage music. He said it was me, ex, Cardi and Uzi. Let's hear this.
I say invent shit. That's exactly why.
Look at y'all trying to say names. I'm not going to say a motherfucking thing.
Oh,
Yo, I'm so messy. I want to say a name so bad, but I don't. I can't. I can't do it to them. She's a pregnant woman. Like, we got to give everybody their grace. And by the way, like, I don't know her fully, what the situation. I don't want to get into it, man. I wish her a healthy pregnancy, all right? And she from Jersey. Shout out to you, Coileray. We love you.
That say invent shit. That's exactly why I ain't pull up on his old ass, because he always just want to put a nigga beneath him.
Oh, shit. Yo, you know when Trippie, you remember when me and Trippie went to Booby Trap? And then I went to his crib and he played me music? We both were talking about, because low-key I went to L.A. to meet with Ye, and he had told me, he said, yo, Ack, Ye hit me up too. He told me to go to L.A. I'm about to go to L.A. I'm about to go fuck with Ye too. And we both was dapping each other up like, all right, bet, I'm going to see you in L.A. Let's kick it together in L.A., right? And what ended up happening is he came to L.A., he hit me, but I never seen him link up with Ye, and I did my interview, but remember Ye dipped out early and went to Japan. It looked like now we get an explanation why.
Old ass say invent shit. That's exactly why I ain't pull up on his old ass, because he always just want to put a nigga beneath him and shit. Man, the inventors of the rage sound is me, X, Cardi, and Uzi. We paved the wave. We popularized it. I'm not gonna let you old ass niggas say you invented something that you ain't invent. Niggas need to take their pills, man. These niggas be psychotic, like out of their fucking mind. Like, your old ass say invent shit. That's exactly why I ain't pull up on his old ass, because he always just want to put a nigga beneath him and shit. Old ass say invent shit.
It's like, it's that rage, but for me, like, I invented rage, bro. Blood on the leaves. Blood on the leaves. Just take it back. I invented this whole rage shit. It's like, it's that rage.
I gotta watch his stream where he's going off in like this mask. Kanye stream. He streams so much, so I don't know where I can find it. Yeah. Oh, this is one. Okay.
So he played it.
Yeah. So I agree with I agree with Trippie. We love Kanye, and by the way, Kanye, I think it's unfair for you to just try to take every credit for everything. Kanye, you have inspired so many artists, and you've, like, technically, you could, like, for example, it's like, try to give a better example. Like, Chief Keef is one of the original proprietors of what the modern commercialized version of drill music is. Chief Keef could literally say he inspired Brooklyn drill or he inspired UK drill. But, rather than just step on somebody else like, innovation or, the growth of how the music is or interpretation, he doesn't, right? And obviously Chief Keef doesn't say too much, but Ye trying to take credit or be like, oh, I did everything, kind of undermines the fact that these guys who are geniuses, X, Uzi, Trippie, Cardi, it undermines their contribution. And yes, without you, they probably wouldn't have existed. But dog, you gotta, like, I get it. We can't have a full God complex where nobody could take credit for shit and everybody has to praise you, right? You know what I mean? And that's part of, when you're a elder statesman, like, yeah, you're the greatest hip-hop artist of all time. You gotta let some people have some shit, right? You got to. And I see why Trippie would be like, damn, this nigga trying to take credit for every fucking thing. Anyway, I did want to watch this a little bit. It looked like Kanye would just be venting. Let's see.
So, you know what I love about, like, racist shit is I just never see this shit. It's like, racist jokes and shit. You don't hear those normally, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, oh shit, that shit is funny. It hurts my feelings and it's funny at the same time and shit. Which, I just kind of like that whole cup thing also and shit. So just,
I know.
Like, it hurts my fucking feelings.
The reason why I'm also listening to this, I'm listening for coherency, right? Like, you know, I've, like that last rant that was talking about Camron, I'm trying to look to see is he just like almost talking to himself? Like, you know when your man's just tweaking. Like, yo, this nigga's just, that's how you get when you're off them pills, or that's how, yeah, that nigga's out of it. I'm trying to watch with context for more than just a clip of him saying maybe some wild shit to see if like, yo, is this guy really locked in? Is he sleep deprived? What's going on, right?
What do you prefer, if I could ask a question, the difference between the cousins with drums and without drums?
Oh, nigga, fuck out of here, pussy ass.
Open.
Oh, you know what? I used to just say it to people in real life. I bestow grace on these niggas. And I'm like, man, niggas who go against me be dead, bro. Niggas who steal from me, bro. Look at Virgil, he dead, bro.
Oh, shit.
Niggas who steal from me.
Wait. You know one thing about Ye, like, when he says the God stuff, you know, I have the interpretation of him saying, like, we're all gods, right? Because I've seen him say it about Cam. He says Cam is a god as well. But there's almost like a part of, like, sometimes rhetoric that kind of seems like he's like, I'm the chosen one. I am the divine one. And when you offend me, you die. And I'm like, whoa.
Try to take the king position to be dead as I bestow grace on these niggas. And I'm like, man, niggas who go against me be dead, bro. Niggas who steal from me, bro. Look at Virgil, he dead, bro. Niggas who steal from me and try to take the king position be dead, bro. When we say watch the throne, it's only one throne, it's only one king. And we know who the king is, obviously. Who y'all watching? Who y'all care about? You know what I'm saying? And these niggas couldn't even. And the other thing is Cam, 50. Anybody, even like Ferg. I got love for all of y'all. You know what I'm saying? Why y'all niggas won't mention the shit that's happening with my children though? Mm-hmm. Because culturally, y'all speak up, it's gonna make a difference. But niggas wanna be like, oh, we understand Ye now because of the cousin song. How about the fact that in real life, Twiz can send my daughter a fucking video clip and be in a video and I don't see it.
Yeah, he's mentioned this point a bunch of times.
One thing I don't like that happened with cousins was he was like, oh, we understand you now. It's like, why you couldn't just understand me about the truth I was saying before? Why do I have to like ask some shit and the motherfuckers be like, yo, this shit was, he's dealing with trauma. Nigga, the most trauma shit is more dealing with my children, more dealing with this strategic move that they did with putting Virgil with the Louis thing. With me losing my mom.
You know what's so crazy? Yo, he will not get over this Virgil shit, bro.
Which felt oddly coincidental to Jordan losing his father and Cosby losing his son. Felt like some Jewish shit happening. Like how many rings had Jordan won? Type shit. But then a motherfucker was like, I've been like, oh, this shit happened with me when I was, not to me, but with me. You get what I'm saying? I wasn't motherfucking abused other than the fact that I found a magazine. If that's a form of abuse, but it wasn't no shit, wasn't no like grown person brag me or nothing. I'm not saying to separate, I just want y'all to know exactly what it is because also, you know, people want to make their own story out of it. But my story is my story. Yeezy is Yeezy, Ye is Ye. I am who I say I am. I write my story. That's why I got the string, so y'all can hear my exact narrative. And the funny thing is like, you know what, Cam? You ain't even got me mad. I think about it, because that nigga does play 40 chess, but what I like is, okay, Drake, that was a great sparring partner. I remember, I don't even feel like saying this girl's name, because as soon as you say her name, she's like, ah. But I remember Azealia Banks was like, Drake is like an angel. God put him there for a reason, right? And now,
I would pay $1 million to see Kanye West and Azalea Banks sit down and have a 3-hour conversation. Kanye West and Azalea Banks 3-hour conversation. I got $1 million for it, as long as I own the footage, because I'm definitely making like $4 million on that. That is going to be going. I'm chopping that shit up like Vlad. That shit will be viral.
I always thought the two niggas that I never feel like ever having to.
Somebody said break down the Virgil stuff. You know what? Like, let's see if we can find like a little document. I don't really know. Like, I'm not in the fashion world like that. But he talks about Virgil, Kanye. We got to have like some documentarian who's done some work on kind of figuring this out. Like, but like a really good look. How he stole his dream job. When did Virgil die? Let's see. When did Virgil die? Virgil, what the fuck? Oh, this is somebody else named Virgil. Abloh died. When did Abloh? Wait, Virgil's like some Greek god or something? In 2021, that's 4 years ago. Okay. Let's see. Kanye's. Let's watch this real quick.
Them and expressing his desire to be their artistic director someday. But Virgil, Kanye's understated creative right-hand man for nearly a decade, pulled a Star Wars move of sorts when he beat out his mentor for the coveted position. Kanye still feels conflicted about it.
I felt bad. I felt like it was supposed to be me. I was the Louis Vuitton Don. People still call me the Louis Vuitton Don when I'm walking down the street.
So how did Virgil get here? How did he create a personal brand so valuable that the world's #1 luxury house was willing to bet their future on his direction? How did Virgil steal Kanye's dream job? Never accepted any designs. NWA. Skateboarding and that whole aesthetic was my fashion upbringing. When Virgil discovered graffiti in 6th grade, it sparked his passion for drawing. He and his friends would draw Nike shoes and send them to the company, even though they never accepted any designs. When Virgil got to college, he studied engineering at Wisconsin-Madison to please his father.
My dad said, like, I always wanted a son as an engineer, and I'm the opposite of like a rebel type. So I was like, that's the least I
ain't on yay shit, but I always Ruger, thank you for the gifted memberships. I do want to ask, was Virgil a little bit? I'm just asking. I know I don't want to even. I know he's deceased. I want to be respectful, but was he? I'm not even trying to gas it. I just want to answer. Watch, I'd be like, no, nigga, he had like 10 kids and a wife and a family. It doesn't matter if he was or not. I'm just. All right, man. Yeah, I say I'm wilding. Like, bruv, like, all right, whatever, man.
I can do for like for you making that stride from a third world country.
Now, by the way, let me also kind of flush it out for people. Like, sometimes when black people talk white, they sound gay to me. I'm gonna keep it a bean. Kanye was sounding a little sus remember when he showed up on the Ellen show and he was just like, hi, and he was like, man, I'm like, what the fuck? Yeah, you sounded mad moist. What the hell? So sometimes my gaydar doesn't identify the right shit, because when I see black people code switching to a vernacular and a tonality that seems to be pandering to white people, I almost say, if that's natural, that's gay. But sometimes it's pandering. Like, if you can't talk, what up, son? Like, yo, what up, dog? Like, you know what I mean? Word to my mother beat. Like, you can't say that if you're in Paris all the time talking to these white people about what fashion designs you want. Like, you probably start speaking like them in their vocal tones and tonality. And yeah, when black people hear it, they might be like, is he gay? So I'm not saying Virgil gay or not.
Yeah, it's like you're going to get a son that's an engineer.
After his undergrad studies, he went back to Chicago and got a master's degree in architecture from the Illinois Institute of Technology. At IIT, Virgil had a professor that took him under his wing. He told him to learn the computer programs for more than just architecture. So Virgil learned 3D programs and the Adobe suite, and it was during that class that he started making t-shirts. Abloh began taking shopping trips to New York City and eventually started blogging about a wave of brands selling skate clothing without the skateboarding. This was when streetwear started to make its way into the mainstream.
Somebody says proper English. No, I at times speak proper English. I don't. Bro, stop acting like we don't know what zest sounds like, bro. Zest. There's a sound to zest. Bro, stop playing with me, man. Like, y'all niggas be acting like I be just going crazy. Now I see what you be talking about. Yo, man, stop playing with me, man. Y'all know what zest sounds like, gang. You know what zest sounds like, bro. I'm not judging a nigga. I'm just asking. Yo, am I, like, is this zest or is this, like, come on, bro. Like, bro, we not judging a nigga. Bro, stop playing with me, man. Y'all niggas acting like, oh, no, you just don't like when people speak proper English. Like, half the time, I'm not speaking proper English, nigga.
Originally, I was just a, consumer. I was the person that was just buying things that were interesting. I came from an era within streetwear in New York, in Los Angeles, and Japan, that there was sort of like great vibrance because it was new and sort of an independent market.
In the book, This Is Not a T-Shirt, designer Bobby Hundred says, quote, defining streetwear is very difficult. A lot of people see t-shirts and ball caps and think it's hip-hop or skater style, but streetwear is simply the merchandise associated with—
All right, man, let's get to the shit, man. How do you steal Kanye's job?
Culture. In a lot of ways, it felt like we were bringing more excitement than the industry opted immediately to make way for his next idea. Following the release of Kanye West's 6th studio album, Ease, Donda project was a mission to raise. He and Kanye could tell that the—
He used his door, he invited all of us to go with him.
Okay, this is what we need to start. Right here, sorry. What the fuck? Why is this quiet? Oh, it must be muted because of copyright. Okay. All right. It should pop back in. What the hell?
Of a more fashion industry is as long and involved as his career in music. And since he burst onto the scene in 2004, his impact on men's fashion may be unmatched. The college dropout shattered the mold of gangsta rap in favor of a more introspective, self-aware style of rap. It shifted the landscape of hip-hop sonically and also changed the world's perception on what a rapper should look like. Ye traded in baggy jeans and triple XL tees for bright-colored rugby shirts, pink polos, and Louis Vuitton backpacks. One of Kanye's first notable sneaker collaborations happened in 2009 with Louis Vuitton. This project led him and his team to Paris.
Kanye's like, wait, Paris Fashion Week? This is where the new collections are debuting? I'm gonna go, I'm gonna use this door. He invited all of us to go with him because he knew that that's what we were into. He's like, this is where the designers are. These are where the ideas are coming from.
While in Paris, Kanye's team wound up in a squad photo outside of a show that was parodied relentlessly. First online and then on South Park.
Do you remember our South Park photo? Yeah, I do. Remember how funny that was? Do you think there would be a Givenchy in the hood if it wasn't for that South Park photo?
Yeah.
But no one thinks about that. No one thinks about the names I got called for like wearing tight jeans.
For Abloh, the ridicule was well worth the opportunity. He and Kanye could tell that the party they were crashing was missing something, and they could provide it. He said, quote, we were a generation that was interested in fashion and weren't supposed to be there. We saw this as our chance to participate and make current culture. In a lot of ways, it felt like we were bringing more excitement than the industry was. As Kanye's aspirations grew, Abloh became a collaborator in Donda, a company named after Kanye's mother. For years, what Donda actually was remained mysterious, but Virgil, the laptop-holding man seen with Kanye everywhere, was tasked with turning aspiration into actual projects. Ultimately, the Donda project was a mission to raise the taste level of the world.
Working with Kanye, he had one time said something that's super profound and had an impact on me. Ever since then, he's like, yo, you realize that like if we work hard, we could actually like raise the taste level of a whole generation in society.
In June 2012, Kanye released the Air Yeezy 2, which would be the last silhouette he ever designed for Nike. The shoes sold out immediately and today resell for over $7,500. However, Nike never offered him a formal deal. In December 2012, Virgil started his first clothing label, Pyrex Vision. West was seen wearing the brand multiple times over the next few months, and it's safe to say
Oh, Ye was supporting his ass. Okay. So, hey, chat, when Ye says he put this nigga on, he put this nigga on type shit, right? Oh, okay. So why they snake him then?
Kanye's influence played a large role in legitimizing Abloh as his own entity. Although Pyrex was met with underground acclaim, Virgil thought of it as more of an art project than fashion brand, so he stopped it immediately to make way for his next idea. Following the release of Kanye West's 6th studio album, Yeezus, Ye did a string of epic interviews where he outlined his frustration with the fashion industry.
I am so frustrated. Like, I've got so much I want to give. I've got ideas on color palettes. I've got ideas on silhouette.
Like, this is what I was talking about, that proper English shit, chat. Kanye speaking proper English. There's not a zest. Like, there's not like a hint of, there's not like an overtone of zestiness. You get what I mean? He's not a zest monster. You get what I'm saying? Like, we're not hearing that. Like, and it's hard to explain what that means. But, like, I can't believe y'all got mad at me because I asked that question. Rest in peace to my dude. But, like, bro, I thought it was a legit question.
Wets, and I've got a million people telling me why I can't do it. You know, that I'm not a real designer, I'm not this. I'm not a real rapper either. I'm not a real musician either. Like, I don't know how to play the piano. Like, I'm an artist. I went to art college.
He said that without a large corporation's backing, the most he'd be able to design would be
T-shirts. That's the most we can make. T-shirts. We can have our best perspective on T-shirts. But if it's anything else, your Truman Show boat is hitting the wall. I make music, I can do it, but I shouldn't be limited to only one place of creativity.
Kim Jones was one significant fashion figure that took Kanye and Virgil seriously from the jump. He's the former men's artistic director of Louis Vuitton and current creative director of Dior Homme. He became a mentor to Virgil.
You know, I slept on his couch. I've like forced him to teach me, like front room in Maida Vale, and like spend a summer sitting there.
I remember getting all the old Japanese magazines out for you and Kanye, and we were going through them with post-it notes.
Yeah, it's like we found somebody in the industry before they used the term streetwear or luxury. He was practicing that, going through, like bringing forth like street culture ideas through the high fashion system.
That notion of merging worlds was inspiring to Virgil and laid the foundation for his next brand, Off-White. The design aesthetic is based around diagonal lines and white arrows. Industrial packaging with a
Off-White's still popping, right? Because I still got a bunch of them shits.
Signature zip tie. When Virgil started Off-White, he couldn't get a fashion writer to write about his project. But with Instagram, he said he took an open source tool and made it his magazine. It made it possible for him to have a fashion brand without using the traditional system. And having been Kanye's creative director for years, Virgil had friends in very high places who were eager to wear his stuff. Soon, people like Jay-Z, Beyonce, Kendall Jenner, and Drake, among others, were being photographed wearing his brand. Off-White was becoming ubiquitous with people who are ubiquitous. Around this time, Kanye signed a fashion deal with Adidas, which was the first big platform that was willing to offer him royalties and a chance to design a collection.
The old me without a daughter might have taken the Nike deal because I just love Nike so much, blah, blah, blah. But the new me with a daughter takes the Adidas deal because I have royalties and I have to provide for my family.
In 2015, Ye released the Yeezy 750 Boost, and later that year dropped the wildly popular low-top Yeezy Boost. With these drops, Kanye helped change the perception of Adidas soles. He turned them into a popping brand, whereas before Nike was really the only game in town. In 2017, Off-White partnered with Nike to redesign 10 of the company's best-selling and classic styles. Virgil said he was very hesitant in approaching this collaboration.
I called it potential career suicide. Like, sneakers are the most sacred thing. Everyone has a valid opinion. So it's a trust that I'm grateful for.
The 10 project included sneakers from Nike, as well as Nike-owned brands Converse and Jordan. Abloh said, quote, "It's larger than design culture. These 10 shoes have broken barriers in performance and style. To me, they're on the same level as the sculpture of David or the Mona Lisa." The collaboration was teased on Instagram months ahead of the release, leaving sneakerheads heavily anticipating the deconstructed kicks after they were co-signed on social media by stars like A$AP Rocky, Kim Jones, and Naomi Campbell. When they did drop, the sneakers sold out immediately, and most of them resell for over $1,000 today. Kanye was quick to point out that the Nike sneakers got hot again because they offered deals to his former team.
And the funny thing is, look at Nike now. Literally, all the people that ever work with me are like the hottest people at Nike now. Like, they gave them the deals because we left and ripped their heads off.
But ultimately, he said he understood why Virgil took the Nike deal.
They got families, bro. You know, these corporations, they provide an opportunity. These are my friends, they have families. I'm not gonna provide them the same opportunity. I'm not gonna stand in their way either. If you're really, close to me, it's just gonna be my brand. So if people, wanna build their own brand, actually need to be as far away from me as possible.
In a very short amount of time, both Yeezy and Off-White had become two of the hottest brands in the world. But both guys understood that with being a new brand, they had a lot of limitations compared to established luxury brands with thousands of stores and factories. And both of them viewed Louis Vuitton as the pinnacle. It's among the most prestigious fashion houses, and it's the world's biggest luxury brand with a valuation at over $28 billion. At the end of 2017, Kanye was very close to securing a deal with Louis Vuitton. Kanye said he met with Bernard Arnault, who is chairman and CEO of LVMH, a conglomerate that owns Louis Vuitton. Ye said, quote, "We had a deal on the table that we shook on. I did some performances at their museum, and then 3 months later the deal got dropped at the board. Just a few months later, they tapped Virgil Abloh to be creative director of menswear. Abloh was an unorthodox choice. He's a black American and has no high fashion pedigree in an industry with a storied reputation for being exclusive and largely European. He became the first black designer to be given this position in the history of LVMH. For Virgil, this was something he could have never dreamt of.
I did not ever think that I could be a designer with a capital D because no one looked like me. Just plain and simple. I couldn't see it. I was like, I'll never get the capitalization. I might just be.
So it looked like they should have gave that shit to Ye, and I wonder if Ye like wilded out and said some shit.
A designer, but I might do it and do another career because I was like, I don't see people that look like me. I have to get struck by a certain type of lightning to get that sort of epiphany to be someone to tap me with a wand and say, you're a designer.
Kanye revealed that Virgil's appointment was tough for him on several fronts. One, he had his own deal that fell through, and second, Virgil was his guy, and they took his top designer from him. Kanye always thought he'd be the one getting the job offer.
I felt bad. I felt like it was supposed to be me. I was the Louis Vuitton Don. People still call me the Louis Vuitton Don when I'm walking down the street.
Kanye said ultimately Bernard could have picked anyone he wanted to be the head of Louis Vuitton. So when Virgil asked Ye to attend his first show in Paris in June 2018, he knew he had to go. Kanye said, quote, "If I didn't go, who was I then? No one knew that the deal had been pulled. No one knew that this was the beginning of me going to the hospital. No one knew how this game is." At the end of the show, Virgil got a standing ovation. Among them was Abloh's mentor, Kanye West, who hugged the emotional designer as he bowed and admitted to the audience that he was very proud.
What I love about when I hugged Virgil is he showed me that actually we're all playing on the same court. He ran that touchdown in for us all because there was a time when we all were crazy. There's a time when it was fish sticks in South Park. Now everybody want to pull up at a fashion show.
Well, Kanye was the guy when it was completely unpopular that said, I am not to be typecast into a box. Like, he willed it for us, you know, like I'd go back. He was like,
did Kanye start beefing with this nigga before he died? Or he only started the beef after he died? Because this guy's talking really good about Ye.
We're going to Fashion Week, this place that we can't get in. That dream is his just as much as it's mine. In my dream, it was him down the runway. The one thing that has to be stressed about that show is that it actually wasn't me on the runway. You know, it was the community. That show was us, you know, and that link wouldn't have happened unless, you know, I acknowledged that Kanye stood from a mountaintop long ago and yelled, saying, the future of fashion will be like this.
Abloh's appointment represents a new wave in fashion and demonstrates that the industry is now taking streetwear seriously. As is often the case with Abloh's work, the designer's move to Louis Vuitton has divided opinions. To some, it's the dawn of a new era in fashion, but to others, it's a sad victory for hype over originality, with critics citing Abloh as not a design genius, but rather a smart communicator that got the system to think he is. So why did Virgil get the appointment over Kanye? Ultimately, I think it came down to perception. In many ways, Kanye West is divisive and too much of a liability. He's never shied away from offering his takes on race and politics. Abloh, on the other hand, has acknowledged race more subtly. He's intelligent, educated, well-spoken, and he speaks to a young, diverse demographic thanks to his wild success at Off-White. So all in all, he was the natural, safer choice for Louis Vuitton. But I guess the point of the story here is that there's never one way to success. You look at Kanye today, and his apparel brand Yeezy is a multi-billion-dollar empire. Forbes estimates West earned over $150 million last year.
Oh, by the way, this was 5 years ago.
Kanye said in some ways he's blessed he didn't get the offer, and if a fashion house offered him a job today, he'd likely turn it down.
I am in too good of a position to take a job where I have to be away from my wife and my son and my daughters. That just don't make no sense. For what? Family.
What happened from this moment? From this moment, he started hating Virgil. He basically started hating his ex-wife at this point, or about to be ex-wife. Feels like a lot of things went left.
Is your most important currency.
Virgil is still at the helm of Louis Vuitton and Off-White and seems as happy and inspired as ever. He said, I want to share what I've been able.
And I think.
Let me just get to the end of this, the Louis Vuitton era, and then okay, here we go.
He designed the dress that Serena Williams wore while playing at the 2018 US Open. He did a luggage collaboration with Rimowa. He did a range of pieces with IKEA, including a clock, chairs, tables, and a backlit lightbox version of the Mona Lisa. And of course, the legendary receipt rug. Obviously, everything sold out instantly, and most of the pieces resell for thousands just a few years later. For the fall-winter 2021 Louis Vuitton menswear collection, he made oversized puffer jackets wrapped in 3D models of iconic buildings from different world cities. He made a custom one-off Mercedes G-Wagon. He made recycled plastic bottles for Evian. He even raised millions for a fashion scholarship to assist black students. Virgil was so popular and so well-loved that him joining LV as the artistic director of menswear led to 20% in sales growth. And he did all of this among many other awards, art shows, achievements, and creations, while also continuing to work in the music industry, designing cover art for artists like Pop Smoke and Westside Gunn, while also playing as a DJ at many festivals and shows. But then, on November 28th, 2021, Virgil died unexpectedly at the age of 41. He left behind his wife, who he had been with since high school, and their 2 kids.
Oh, child, why you had me think this nigga was zesty, bro? They got a whole wife and kids, bro.
He had been battling a rare form of blood cancer for over 2 years, but he kept the diagnosis private and had continued working like normal while going through treatment.
Wait, he had a blood cancer? Virgil blood cancer. He was battling cardiac angiosarcoma. What is this? My bad, chat. I be doing research on here. Like some of these things I really don't know. I don't know why I just went down the Virgil Abloh thing.
Cardiac surgeon at Toronto General Hospital, and I deal with the primary sarcomas of the heart. So I can't talk to you about sarcomas in general because my specialty is primary sarcomas of the heart. They're very, very rare. In my presentation, I'm going to talk about how rare they really are. One article spoke about over 40,000 sarcomas, and only 200 were cardiac sarcomas. So that gives you an impression about how rare they are. In Toronto,
wow. Of 40,000 sarcomas, only 200 were cardiac sarcomas, and Virgil died from a cardiac sarcoma.
I see probably most or hear most of the sarcomas in Canada, and I probably one a month, that kind of stuff. So they're
interesting.
The legacy that Virgil left behind is unmatched. He really did change fashion forever. From Kanye to Pyrex to Off-White to Louis Vuitton, the impact he made is clear. He conquered the world of fashion by bringing streetwear and high fashion together, achieving the highest honor in a world he had joined by accident, working as Kanye's creative assistant while he was still in college for engineering. But there wasn't one way he did it. Most of what Virgil made didn't have a specific look other than his trademark letters and graphics.
Okay. All right.
Go back and forth with in media is 50 Cent and Cam. I was like, them is the 2 niggas that's like just as crazy as me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like when 50 Cent got Rick Ross' baby mama to go fuck the porn star and shit, like all that shit. I was like, damn, them niggas is like, I don't even feel like it, bro. I'm gonna say it because it's gonna piss them off. I got bigger fish to fry, bro, than to be going back and forth. So if they can get in my head, if Cam can get in my head and get like, yo, fuck you, nigga, then he won. So matter of fact, you know what, Cam? I love you. Because I do love Cam. You know what I'm saying? You niggas' hairlines is pushing back, though. But I love you, you know. Y'all niggas say, all right, sir. You know. No, I ain't know. I love that nigga, though. Because when you're in high school, right, nigga, whatever, it's jokes. Nigga, like I said, graduation drop. That's the day 50 Cent became 25 cents. You know what I mean? It's jokes, though, nigga. It's love, right? We cracking jokes, right? Ha, 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 ha. Who laughing to the bank, though? Oh, let me get on my Tourette's shit, though. Let me get on my Tourette's. I mean, we all know who God is. Who the blood of God. The vein. It's like, it's flowing through my veins. And I got love for everybody. It's okay. I'm king. It's okay. We know who took all the heads of every gang and brought us all together in the stadium together. You know what I'm saying? So it's love. It's love. And I don't want to be actually ever going at back and forth with no, in the ring with no black person tearing him down on top of a Jewish platform. You know, and I think that that's where 50 and Cam come into play. It's like, God is like, yo, you really want to do this work out here? You still got, you know, parts of the video game, I don't know, the side missions, whatever, that you got accomplished. Like, that was a big accomplishment for me to go head to head with the Jews and still come back as a multi-billionaire. That shit was nuts on the motherfucking table. Shit. Like, fuck that. All the fucking death threats every day of my life, the financial threats. Nigga, I don't know if I said this story before, but like a couple of days after the DEFCON 3, I was in Santa Barbara. I went to this like barbecue spot. She wasn't even that good, honestly. So don't. It's a bunch of them, so I'm not calling nobody out. But when it was done, they brought the bill out, and I tried to Apple Pay, and I couldn't pay it because my accounts were frozen. I was sitting there with a girl too. I went from being the richest black man of all time to not being able to pay for ribs, nigga. Not being able to pay for ribs. Like, and that be that humiliation shit. But if you can go through those forms of humiliation, you can finally walk through the humiliation of the idea of just singing, I gave my cousin a hand, because there's different ways that I could have said it. I could have said, yo, I sucked my cousin's dick. I could have said this. But when Dave sent it back, he said, I gave my cousin a hand. I was like, okay, that's what I would say. Because I could have did it. You know, people be like, you know, this song is actually like, Blackbird is actually about this. And this is about, it's like, nah. This nigga Dave, I'm gonna just gonna say it. This nigga got me feeling like Dre and Eminem right now, bro. This nigga is certain type of mindsets and skill sets. There's a lot of overlaps to the skill set and mindset and fearlessness of early Eminem. Like, we'll just talk about domestic violence, anything, bro. This man went on stream and was singing, I gave my cousin hell, like this shit, that shit. And I feel like people always say the kids. What y'all think gonna happen? I fuck with Tarek though, by the way. I can't say I don't fuck with Rolling Loud. And Tarek is Jewish, and I fuck with Tarek, bro. This is like my dog, bro. I really fuck with Tarek. But my vision, and I see it. And
Tarek is the guy who's one of the co-founders of Rolling Loud.
Wait for this. And you know, bro, I love Cardi and everything. And they're like, Cardi's the Rolling Loud, blah, blah. Okay. All right. Even when we did the Vultures, that shit still looked dope. Even though they was fucking up certain songs. It was supposed to have a screen. It didn't even have a screen, bro. And it shit still looked dope the way they caught the camera. But this is the reason I said this is I picture this. If y'all don't know, Tarek is one of the co-owners of Rolling Loud with Live Nation and a Jewish guy. And I wouldn't have had the true love, wouldn't be so complicated if I hadn't met Tarek doing the Donda 2 rollout. So, it introduced me to Triple X Engineer.
Okay.
And then that was Get Down, Strip Naked, and it just doesn't come off the same since Cousins, huh? It was like, that's just always what's been in. I see that. Donda, there was always, this is one of the keys to Donda and shit. You're supposed to be able to play every song in 4 settings, major settings in your life: childbirth, graduation, wedding, and funeral. And with this, I still carry those on. This is just my colors and my textures. Like, I'm Da Vinci of this shit. You know, fucking Men in Black, not Men in Black, but the Matrix suit, blue pill. The JP kids are retarded part. It like, you know what, Charleston White really just helped me with you know, we'll get Tyler the Creator credit on one thing. His idea of who he was, of this punk, skate, future kid, helped push me on Jesus. Charleston White, his approach, helped, what, nigga? You know, fuck that. So I get inspired, like Ryan Leslie, the way he was wearing a Vol on and fuck with the models. I was like, watch the throne, we gotta go Vol on and fuck with these models. That's why we know the what's her name? The oldest video was what it was. It's funny, it was some model I was fucking with, and she came to the set, and she thought it was these other big name models that were gonna be in the video.
All right, man. Jesus. Oh, boy. My boy, he's ranting. He's making sense, but it looked like he has a lot on his mind. Can't say he's incoherent. Yo, have y'all seen this? By the way, if you haven't joined the Academy, we need to get to 5,000 members. We're looking weak. They're telling me that every community got at least $5,000 or more, and they're saying nothing bigger than the chat. The chat ain't big at all. I'm like, come on, we looking weak. We looking weak out here. I need everybody on Twitter. Go Academics TV. Go join the community. We need 5,000 people up in this joint by the end of the week. I ain't gonna hold you. Come on, we can't be looking small now, all right? I just seen this on here. DDG ranked Twitch streamers, or not Twitch streamers, but he just ranked streamers in general, but hip-hop streamers actually. So DDG ranked hip-hop streamers. This is his ranking. Here we go.
It don't matter if Speed got married to Ariana Grande. Academics gonna talk about what happened in Chicago. I'm DDG, and I'm gonna do my own tier list of complex hip-hop streamers list. All right, start with Aiden Ross. Put Aiden Ross at super. Aiden really started everything. He started bringing rappers on stream. Me and Aiden and Blueface had one of his biggest streams. It really blew up Moonwalking in Calabasas even more than what it is. Aiden is definitely a pioneer in like hip-hop. See, I don't want nobody to be mad at me, but I'm Dante at C. I only see I'm Dante really just react to music, not really interact with artists. But that's the homie though. I'm just talking about hip hop. Me, I put myself at super, unbiased. It's only one DDG. Not everybody can cross over and make it. When you think of people who ever crossed over from content to music, you're gonna always think of me. I feel like this is definitely the future of music, so I'm really ahead of y'all. Talking to the rappers. For Sean, I don't really know his.
Oh, by the way, I agree with DDG. DDG, I think you're the reason why Ray J trying to stream so badly. The Baby been having cooking streams going crazy. Yo, niggas told me the Baby is on Twitch cooking. I don't know what his name is. The Baby, let's see. He got some, yeah, please say the Baby. The nigga be on here cooking. He entertaining. Good for him. Here's the thing that.
Now what we doing with this one over here?
See,
you want to move it to a different spot?
Yeah, see. Here's the thing that DDG got over all of y'all. The thing about streaming, you got to strip down your ego. You're the Baby on. You're the Baby on Instagram with 20 million followers. On Twitch, you're the Baby with, here we go, 13.8 thousand followers. The celebrity factor doesn't do it in streaming. Hard work, dedication, grind does it. This is why DDG wins, and that's why a lot of rappers who are trying to stream, they can't compete. DDG, he's a grinder. We all know him from the content creation days. My boy was running up the AdSense video after video after video. Of course, his passion was rap. He got into that. But then he was trying to find the balance, juggle, whatever. This the thing about, and that's what I do like about streaming. You don't get these guys who just come in because they're like, yo, I'm popular, so everybody watch me. No, it doesn't work like that. Just do your Instagram live shit and leave that alone. But it's all about hard work, dedication, putting the grind in, and, you know, having an audience who believes that you give them good content. And that's why, you know, with DDG saying that, you gotta kind of agree with him putting himself in the S tier. Maybe, you know, the only thing would be like, well, yeah, you're an S tier content creator, but might not be a hip hop quote unquote streamer yet. But like, yeah, at this point, as soon as he crossed over, he's S tier. Come on, right?
Definitely the future of music, so I'm really ahead of y'all. talking to the rappers. For Sean, I don't really know his content. Plus, I might be wrong, but I think he said something negative about me before. Sean C gonna get a Sean B. Your Rage, he did do something with the A Rage joint. He did get a hit song of being like the basis of a song. Oh, I'll put Your Rage at B. Academics, super. Academics is all hip hop. It don't matter if Speed got married to Ariana Grande. Academics gonna talk about what happened in Chicago. I put Zias at A, and I'll tell you why. And he's my actual home.
Thank you, DDG. Thank you. I really respect that. I've never, I didn't think, hip hop and streaming were going to be so intermingled and intertwined when I first started streaming. And by the way, that's another thing. Twitch, we gonna got to get it together, okay? We gonna get it together. I know y'all love me. I love y'all. I'll give y'all a little bit of history on it. Like, Twitch gave me a sizable contract to keep hip hop conversations on Twitch. This is before anything ever. All these guys are doing listening part. Nobody was really doing that when they wanted me to do it, and I was doing it naturally. And they said, we just want you to do more hours of that, and specifically just do it in the music channel. And I was like, all right, cool. It's more incentive for me to stream. My thing is hip hop. When it comes to the biggest streamers, we're gonna talk about Speed, Kai, Aiden, DDG at this point. Of course, Rage. These guys, they pull so much numbers, but they do it in a very multifaceted way. I go on DDG's stream. He might have a bad bitch that they doing Taco Tuesday with. He might be on a date. He might be doing something, going bowling with a baddie, right? Kai's just the GOAT. Aiden, we all know how he get down, and he's really always pushing the envelope. Obviously, shout out to all the boxing matches. Speed is the international global superstar of what streaming is and could be. Never claimed to be one of the guys who are edging up in that realm, but I do take pride in the fact that when hip-hop and music and things of that nature, it's not just music, because we talk about a lot of drama, but it's centered around what we love, which is music. I'm very happy and I'm very proud that, I think a lot of people recognize that, be like, yo, when it comes to hip-hop, you got to throw act up in that bitch, and I really respect that. Thank you, DG. He put Rage at B. Now, Rage is really an S-tier streamer, honestly. Well, S or A, if you're going to say S is only like Aiden, Kai, and Speed. But he's a top-tier streamer. I guess they're talking about just hip-hop, because Rage does a lot of things. You get what I'm saying? This makes sense with A. Zias and Bilu. By the way, Zias and Bilu, I talk to those brothers, and they'll tell you the story too. I talked to those brothers, I feel like it was maybe a year or two ago. I think it was a year ago. And I said to them, man, it was a year ago, because during the battle, I said, you know what this battle has done that I'm happy about? It's brought y'all back to what y'all love, reacting, making content. Now, I can't wait to watch y'all reactions again, because they had cooled out for a little bit. And obviously, they do a great job with streaming. 100%, these guys are legends. I ain't gonna lie, I feel like they could be up there as tier 2, but they're like characters, like, honestly.
Homies in real life. They slowed down a lot, but they OGs. They getting back into it. They live streaming it now.
Okay. DDG, he's thinking just like me. Go ahead, bro.
They was definitely one of the main PR stops for any artist.
Fact.
Black Boy Max, I put him at S. Max is doing the engineering, curating.
I agree with that too. Max, from what I've seen, you're S tier when you're changing the game. If you're one of the OGs, you're S tier. If you pave the way, you're S tier. If you're changing the game, you're S tier. If you're just goated, you're S tier. And definitely changing the game, Max, 100% doing that. You can't knock him. What he's doing with like creating songs on stream, especially this is in the booth like situation, it's made people actually enjoy the process of music. A lot of times with streams, we got to like push drama and push other things for people to be interested, and he's keeping it with interest with music. I like that.
at a very high level. He also putting on a lot of underground artists that I
That's the only thing I give him credit for. He did it with underground artists. Right?
never heard of sometimes. And I feel like that's very powerful. Neon, I put Neon at C. He did help shift the whole Jello movement, and that's a big deal. Kai Cenat, S.
Yeah, Kai's S on every stream list. It don't matter hip hop streams, shit. It might even, I don't know, maybe sports stream, like whatever streamer list he's gonna be S.
Put Kai and Aiden in the same boat of really like being the pioneers and crossing over from streaming to hip hop. This is my list. I feel like this is a solid list. Sean, see if you say something positive about me later on. You know, maybe we move you up to a B. You just wait till that come out first.
I like this list. Good job, DJ. I think I agreed with almost every one of your placements. Okay. YB is outside, people. Chat. Are y'all ready for YB's next project? I just want to know. Y'all ready for that new YB? Are y'all ready for that new YB? My boy back clouded the fuck up. Infamous YB pose. No words, I'm ready. 1 million likes. Almost 100,000. Hey, he's charging up. The clout is back. The clout is back. He's peaking right now. This is Thanos when he just put the last Infinity Stone. It's like, YB's ready. I know. Y'all, yo, Ack, what's up with the, yo, chill. It's all by design. Also, that's my man's. I can't tell y'all nothing that I ain't approved to tell y'all. That's my man's. But this YB run, what I do want to say to y'all, from everything I've seen, he's appreciating the moment, his opportunity, and his freedom more than he probably ever has. That's a sign of growth. That's a sign of somebody that's understood that, you know, this could have went another way and you could have lost a lot more years of your life. He's always appreciated his fans, but he's appreciating the fuck out of y'all now too as well. But he's always done that, as I said. This version of YB, and by the way, you know, because I know sometimes y'all are quick to try to switch up on an artist. Oh, he cloned, he changed, he this. Still YB. Let me tell you this. There's only a few artists. I've told you this story. Well, not story. I've said this a lot of times. It's only a few artists that I've been around that I've said, yeah, this nigga is different. And it might not be different, good different. It might just be like, yo, this nigga weird. And it might be just weird like, yo, this guy's, you know, a lot of times all these artists act like they're like special and like they're whatever. YB's a different nigga to be around. Wasn't around X, but X, all our personal conversations were just like what y'all seen online. He was a different individual. Who else? Well, I'm trying to think off the top of my head, but regardless, the point what I'm trying to say is that I know me as a fan, I'm like, damn, could they still make the same type of music we love now that, you know, they have went through hell and back? They might just be like, man, let me just chill, bro. Like, I'm a legendary. I don't need to keep doing A, B, C, or D. YB, he a different type of nigga. He gonna still do what he want to do, and he gonna still be able to entertain and satisfy the fans in whatever way they interacted with him. I'm really honest about that. And I don't think that means do shit for him to go to jail. I just think he's a different nigga, man. Like you around YB, you gonna say a couple things. Either, man, what's wrong with this nigga? Or, man, what planet is this nigga on? You get what I'm saying? And I do think a lot of that mentality and that type of attitude kind of bleeds into the music. I know, chat, I know. Y'all want to update. Allow me to work with my guy. Allow me to see what the full vision is, and as he would like. you know, we gonna roll out information. You feel what I'm saying? Shout out to his entire team, Alex, Jason, everybody who else works with him. Sooner than later. Sooner than later. Okay? Sooner than later. Oh, Kodak, one of them too. Yeah. Kodak, 100% one of them. Kodak is one of them type of niggas you're like, oh, this shit not an act. Because there's a couple rappers I know. I talk to them on the phone and they're mad calm. They're mad sane. It's not that these guys aren't calm. It's just like, they're like, oh, you're a normal person. And then when you see them online, you're like, what you see with YB, that's him all day. What you see with Kodak, I'm telling you, Kodak is all day. So trust and believe, okay? And again, it doesn't have to be necessarily bad. Kodak is just himself. And like he just lives on a different planet, all right? All right. All right, we kind of touched on that. Yo, why was this so funny to me? Yo, they said top 5 seen at the airport with bodyguards. They said, where you think he going? Look at this. I don't know, man. Yo, top 5 is, let me tell you this. Top 5 has been, he's a great marketer because I've never seen a nigga turn 5 minutes of fame to 5 months and is looking to try to make it 5 years. You know, I like him. I think he's an entertaining guy. He's been very cool to me. But he's supposed to be dropping music. This nigga don't give a fuck about dropping music right now. Why? Because his name is always in the fucking ecosystem for other than dropping music, and like he still has some type of relevance, so who gives a fuck? And everywhere he goes, he's getting like money bestowed upon him, so whatever. Yeah, he's working on the album, Cuck, and this is the track list. Bianca's the intro. Hitler, yeah, and Jesus. That sounds crazy. Jared, okay. World War III. Virgil. Oh my God. I know that Virgil song gonna be like, fuck Virgil. Watch. Nitrous, Cousins, Hail Hitler. Oh my God. I feel like I sinned even saying the title. All the Love, Dirty Magazines, Jesus, and Cosby. Wow. Okay. Anyway. Chat, give me one more topic. I'm gonna try to do one more topic. It's 4 o'clock. Goddamn, I started this fucking stream too late tonight. Give me one. I had to make sure day 3. We checked in with day 3 because I'm gonna come back for day 4, but I couldn't miss a day to start over. That shit's clipped. Is there any other topic? Give me a topic to check out real quick. We talked about the Kendrick stuff. Shador stuff doesn't seem that entertaining. Oh. You know what I was surprised about? So this guy, Hood Fame Goyeo, he was on.
This is like a different level of beef though, because I'm listening to interviews and I'm hearing you.
Yo, he was on. So he just got out of jail. His friend got killed at the car wash. I forgot his name, but we covered it. What's his friend name again? His friend got killed at a car wash with his kid. He was beefing with, you know, the likes of Mo 3 and them, and obviously Yella Beezy got arrested. And he just got out of jail, and he's popping a lot of shit. Listen to this.
Sort of celebrate Peso getting robbed out here. I can't imagine, like, and you're saying that they were basically celebrating you getting locked up and shit.
Man,
I mean, this usually you don't hear rappers really like emphasizing these specific events so much.
even when Beto got shot the other day, he was trying to say that CJ Casino was like trying to take credit for it.
Man, everybody gonna claim something, man. My brother died, he got killed by everybody. I done heard all kind of conspiracy theories. That's when that's when all I had to do was tell my people that I said, damn, bro, this shit this big. Before they making conspiracy theories about my brother getting killed, it's really simple. You know what I'm saying? This is just street shit. This is just normal shit that happened. My niece died. That's what blew that shit up so bad. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what blew that shit up so bad because my niece died. But that's what's going on in the streets. You know what I'm saying? That shit just fucked up. We the ones got to deal with that pain. No, nobody else got to deal with that shit.
I mean, from your perspective, like that becomes...
Yeah, Yayo seems like a very hurt individual, man. He's almost jaded to this shit. Like his acceptance of retaliatory deaths and violence is like kind of sad.
Such a big story, and having all these people that probably never even heard of Ronnie before that discussing it, does that make it worse, or does it make it seem like positive that there's just that much more attention on it?
I knew I was maturing when I was younger, I ain't like that shit when my cousin Zach died. I ain't like the fake love. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew it was fake. But now that I do what I do, I don't even care about fake love. I'll take that. You know what I'm saying? I don't give a damn fake love, and now you can just show me love. I don't care if it's fake or not.
But that shit being in all the blogs and everything, you gotta read all these fucked up comments.
Man, fuck them comments. Don't nobody gotta deal with that shit but us. Them niggas don't give a fuck about that shit no more. Yeah, they gonna be like, damn, bro, that shit fucked up what happened to bro and his baby. But they gonna move right on. It ain't they like, they don't know us. We gotta deal with this shit every day, forever. There's people I'm gonna miss forever. So, nigga, I don't give a fuck. Nigga, hell yeah, post my brother. Hell yeah, I want the motherfucking, the Black Cowboys and shit, all that shit. Black Rodeo, post my brother. Hell yeah, Adam 22, post my bro. Vlad, everybody, academics, Shade Room, TMZ, CNN, whatever. Everybody, hell yeah, post my nigga. We everywhere, nigga. Don't care how this shit happened. That's what my brother would have did. He would have thought like that. Bitch, you gotta keep going, nigga. This shit everywhere now.
Yeah, that shit comes with it, I guess. The becoming famous.
It ain't supposed to come with it. I could have.
Now, really, he started talking about Yellow Beezy and then Mo 3.
On through, nigga. That shit with Dirk scare me, nigga. We just talking about that shit. Nigga, that shit scare me. Shit like that, nigga. What the f? We gonna lose, bro. We get rich and then go down like that. Come on, man. This shit gets scary.
Even before Dirk got the Fed case, it was like so many people in his life, from his brothers to his managers, et cetera, were getting killed. And it's like they can't get to Dirk. So all these people associated with him who can't move around with security and shit were just getting killed. And I'm sure that fucked him up bad.
Nah, this shit crazy. This shit different.
Shit, well, another big situation since we talking about Dirk. Shit, they charged Yellow Beezy with the murder of Mo 3. Where was you at when you heard that news?
I was in the feds.
And what you thought about? I know you seen him probably in the feds.
That shit fake.
You ain't going for it?
Yeah. That shit fake, man. Yellow, come on. It don't take 5 years to convict nobody for no murder. It's Texas. If they thought that man did, they would have picked him up 5 years ago. That's just the internet and shit, bro. People trying to play detective on Facebook and shit like that.
Well, it's really like one of the shooters trying to blame it on.
But yeah, but that's because that's what the talk been. So it's like, that's how police come up with schemes like that, man. Police come up with schemes like that. Why it takes so long for you to say that? It don't take 5 years. You knew 5 years ago you want to come home, nigga. So what makes you come now? Yeah. It don't make sense. You know that shit fake. We're gonna come from under that. He gonna come from under that.
Yeah, that was wild. To see Beezy like handle that shit so professionally for all those years, like never spoke about it really in interviews and really like downplayed.
I hate how people hype beef up. Then when shit get real, they want to play victim and shit like that. Cause goddamn, cuz rapping about people that we really lost. You know what I'm saying? I'm close to Trap. They're my nigga. Some people he missing and shit like that. I thug them folks, nigga. I miss them folks. So it's just like everybody rapping them songs and shit. Like when they rapping that gangster shit like that, you talking about people I know for real.
Yeah.
So it's like, fuck that nigga. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to talk about cuz though, cause he dead. But shit, nigga, that's how I feel. Fuck him. Yeah, he told me he didn't give a fuck about my people, nigga. You know what I'm saying?
You're talking about who?
3.
Yeah.
Damn, for real. It's like
Yeah,
that.
you talking about.
Y'all had a friendship though before, cause I seen Rainwater.
It ain't cool.
Damn, I feel every time I watch Go Yayo, I feel like something bad gonna happen, man. Every time I watch this, it feels like something bad is gonna happen, and I hope it don't. But he has a lot of animosity still for Mo3. Yeah, I was watching this. It's a crazy interview. I think they're releasing it in parts on No Jumper. People want me to talk about Meg Thee Stallion. Did she flop or not? Sometimes I feel like y'all are nitpicking at Meg, honestly. Like, I feel like people went off with the whole, she's not on this. that she flopped when she dropped her deluxe album, but when she dropped her deluxe album, nobody gives a fuck. Like, you know what I mean? That's not the first week numbers, if you ask me. Anyway, she did drop something else recently. Let's see how it's doing. Okay. So she dropped a song. Is it called Whenever? Is this it? April 25th. Today's the 29th. It has 1.2 million views. This is her song? Oh yeah, I can't see it, my bad. Bro, I don't think that's that bad, bro. I can't even like clown her like that. Yo, and here's my thing, bro. For everybody, and I know there's a lot of people who fuck with Tory Lanez, and you know you want to see Meg fail and you want to clown her. I'm gonna kick the real, whether y'all like it or not. You know what I mean? By the way, oh yeah, did I see Drake fans are mad at me because I gave Kendrick props for rapping word for word at his concert. I'm like, yo, that nigga, yo, that's some dope shit. I don't care who did it. So I get it. Like, sometimes I get there's narratives, and whenever I speak against it, people feel like I either switching sides or they don't, like, people want me to say what they want me to say. No, I'm going to always say what I think is the truth. I'm not clowning Meg Thee Stallion for 1.2 million views or streams in 4 days. Here's why I'm not clowning her. We had this whole misconception that Meg Thee Stallion was, like, next up to be in the realm of, like, Cardi B, Doja Cat, and Nicki Minaj. That's just not true. Okay? In reality, Meg Thee Stallion is not even hotter than Glorilla. And I'm not saying this to disrespect her. I'm just saying the truth. So when y'all are telling me about flop, for me, a flop is always proportional. A flop means that you think this person is going to do this, but they do this. Right? Like, for example, if we, like, you know, people call Uzi's last joint a flop because we thought he was going to do over 100, he did 60. That's why it's a flop. 60 these days for everybody else is like a really huge hit. But for him, it was seen as a flop. So it's all about what you expect versus what you get. For me, I don't have high expectations of Meg Thee Stallion. I don't think Meg Thee Stallion is that lit. I think all that hot girl shit, yeah, that's kind of cool. But I think Meg Thee Stallion is someone who's a mid-level female artist. I think her buzz died down a little bit. When she disappeared, I think people have kind of switched on her from the Tory stuff a little bit. And I think that she hasn't had a really hot song in a while. So when you want me to just clown her for flopping, it's like, what was the expectation of her doing? Meg isn't hot. Meg isn't Cardi. Meg isn't Nicki. What the hell you expect her to do in terms of numbers? Because I don't have that much expectations of her. Do you get what I'm saying? So I'm just going to look at these numbers and I'm going to be like, yeah, that's kind of what I expect. Also, as she transitions to Roc Nation or however her contract's going to go, because she's off of 1501, even though she supposedly had some obligations left to, you know, she signed to Warner. Bro, she's just got to build back a little bit, man. I told you there's a lot of, like, obstacles in her way, but if you thought she was some huge artist, no. So 1.2 million streams in 4 days, that's about right. I don't think she's a huge artist at all. Okay? So yeah, anyway, chat, I'm definitely about to take my leave. It's 4:14. I'm sorry, it's late as fuck. We did about like 3 hours some places. And I'll be back on tomorrow. I'm sorry for this late stream, and I do appreciate you guys. If you guys could join that Twitter community, man, it would definitely help me, or not. Well, not really help me, but it will help us. You know, this is our community. This is what we cherish, and please just join up, man. Join up, all right? Chat, I'm gonna see y'all tomorrow. I got to interview. I got to do one thing tomorrow, so I got to interview Dirk's lawyer. Hopefully I could get to some real shit. If y'all got questions, send it to me. Dirk's lawyer is flying out here to have this conversation with me. So we talked to Dirk. We're about to have a talk with Dirk's lawyer. And after that, I'll be back on stream kicking it with y'all. And then, yeah, we'll just keep this streak going on, all right? Chat, I apologize if this is a little bit shorter stream, and I know I was late, so sorry for that. I will see y'all tomorrow. Okay, I gotta go. Try to get a little bit of preparedness. The interview with Dirk's lawyer is like in a few hours, so I can't stay on all night. All right, love y'all. I will see y'all tomorrow. Day 3 complete, even though probably not the best or the most timely stream. All right, love y'all. See you tomorrow.